on both channels. Somebody said something. It don't matter if you're already here watching on Dolly's True Crime. You might as well stay here and watch it on Dolly's True Crime. But it don't matter what channel you at. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Okay. And like I said, I think the most important thing in this is air. Okay. Air. They said they're going to have one of these updates every day. Okay. But here's the thing. What's the update going to be tomorrow? They're out of air. And at that point, it's a recovery mission. And then they're just going to be like, well, it's too deep, blah. I just, it is what it is. Let's open the phone lines. I want to hear from you beautiful people. What do y'all think about this? Are these people going to make it? They're going to live? They're going to die? Would you get on the sub? Let me pull up the phone lines. This is the number to call in. Let me get it up here on the screen for you guys. That is the call-in number. Give me 1 second. Let me open the call-in lines. Okay, the phone lines are now open. The call-in number is on the screen, 757-797-6694. Let me hear from you beautiful people. What do you think about these people being trapped on this sub? Is it done? Dolly.
Hey, Dolly. This is Texas Tracy.
Hey, Texas Tracy.
I just wanted to tell you a little interesting fact that the millionaire, he just happens to sit on the board of commissions for the UFO stuff that's been going on.
So
isn't that kind of strange?
So you think it was sabotage to get rid of the UFO guy?
I don't know.
Thank you.
I really don't know. But I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I mean that is pretty interesting. I think this has to do with UFOs. I think this has to do with bad decision making. Having money. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Rich people problems. Okay?
Yeah. I think so too.
You ain't gonna see no poor people trapped in a metal can like this at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, hell no.
That's a rich people problem.
Yep.
But yeah, look, hey, I appreciate you calling.
All right. Well, talk to you later. Peace.
You have a good one. Okay, so yeah, I had heard something about that too, that one of the dudes had something to do with UFOs. Okay. Well, he better pray to God that a UFO comes down and beams them out the damn ocean. He better have some UFO connections at this point. He's in trouble. Dolly!
Hey, Dolly. It's Amy, the Ruby Pearl Glamper.
Hey,
how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Not too bad.
I don't remember if I told you this before I got off your panel last night, but I wanted you to watch my show from yesterday.
Okay.
And also there, I posted a short of the wreath that I made for summer. And then there's a 15-minute video that I did of the beginning stages of the fairy garden and fountain and little wishing well thing that I've created here for summer as well. So if you get a chance to watch that,
I definitely will.
Anyway, in my opinion, this whole thing with going down and viewing the Titanic, I feel like it's grave robbing. I mean, how would you like it if I dug up your great grandmother's grave and to view her body?
Yeah,
after 100 years, you know.
I mean, are they still seeing bodies down there? The dude
well, no, but I mean, it's a grave.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and I mean, I don't know if over the years they found skeletons, you know, inside trapped like inside the hull or anything. I don't I don't know anything about that. You know, they found it in 1985. It wasn't until 1985 that they first ever found it. And then, you know, James Cameron did his exhibition and, you know, did the movie and everything. But I say leave that stuff to the science people. I just don't think it's an appropriate
the tourist to be down there doing it.
Tourist attraction. I mean, yeah, we go to places like the Alamo and, you know, stuff here in America where bad things happen, but I don't know. It's just, to me, I feel like it's grave robbing.
Yeah. All right,
down and something like that.
Ruby Pearl, I wouldn't do it for sure. I can tell you what.
Me neither, dude. I am so claustrophobic. Thinking about these people, my heart starts racing.
Yeah.
Just thinking about those people trapped down there.
Yeah.
You know, wherever they are, because even if they're on the surface, they can't get any air because they are locked in that thing from the outside. They don't even have a latch to be able to open the hole or whatever.
Yeah, I heard it had 14
if they are
modes.
above the water.
There was safety issues and lawsuits in 2018. PJ saying on them. I had heard that the dude said that the ship wasn't built to withstand the type of pressure that's, you know, you would
yeah, you're talking about 30 tons of pressure, 30 tons of water pressure in 12,000 feet under the water in freeze. The water's like 30 degrees down there. It's pitch black. I mean, oh my God.
Yeah, so they're sitting in pitch,
and
they can't see nothing.
Yeah. If they're trapped down there on the bottom, then it's pitch black down there. It's yeah, that man, just even the thought of it.
And if they lost power, it's freezing cold down there too. It's only 39 degrees.
And they'll start feeling that temperature, you know, inside the. I mean, I don't know what. It's designed sort of like an airplane where you know keep cabin pressure and you know heat and what not. But if they've lost electrical power, then they've got absolutely nothing. But you know, let me just say, trigger warning. I have always heard that drowning was the most horrible form of death.
Well, they wouldn't drown; they would suffocate.
Right, but
same thing.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm just saying they're suffocating under 12,000 feet of water.
Yeah, that is that is the worst. That is the worst. I would have to say that I wouldn't want to go like that. I can tell you that I would not want to die.
Oh God, no. Oh God, no.
Either freezing to death or any of that. I just want to peacefully lay my head down and go see baby Jesus one night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too. I'm the same way. I would love to just die peacefully in my sleep.
Yeah, and you know, and then everybody can have a party, and you know, I don't want to suffer and die. I don't want to slowly die. I don't want to be trapped underwater. I don't want to burn to death.
Oh, me either. And you know what? Ever since I saw the Tracy Thurman story, you know, back in the 80s, when we had the after school special movies, which are now like Lifetime movies, basically.
Yeah, Born and shit. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The Tracy Thurman story with Nancy McKeon when her ex-husband stabbed her. Oh God, the sound effects even back in the 80s were good enough. That's one way I don't want to go, is to be stabbed to death.
Nah, that's like the Idaho 4. I feel so sorry for the girls, man. It was
the Idaho 4 went through.
And I'm hearing they did, you know, that DNA they found on the sheath. I'm hearing that is linked now to Brian Kohlberger, not his father. Remember how in the beginning we thought it was all linked to his dad, and they did it through family DNA?
No, what they did was they got his dad's DNA out of the trash can, and it came up a relative match.
Okay.
To Brian Kohlberger.
Yeah, because the DNA that's on the sheath is Brian's.
Yes, it is Brian's, but they got his dad's DNA out of the trash can, because he was wearing gloves all the time. And he was arrested wearing gloves.
Are you hearing about the death of Harmony Montgomery? The circumstance of her dad beating her in the face?
Yes,
oh my God!
I printed all that off. 54-page affidavit.
Oh my God! That's horrible.
And the details are just so horrific.
They moved that little girl around in that duffel bag. They hit her so many different places.
Yes.
It is so horrible. I know we're going a little off topic than the sub, but that Harmony Montgomery stuff, these parents that are killing their kids and shit, man, we need to be like public executions. I hate to say it. We need to try. I would show up at some of them too. I swear I would. I would show up at a public execution. I would. I'd be like, I got to see it for myself because these people are that bad. They're that bad.
Food awakening.
So, yeah, when I heard what he did to that little girl, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
and he punched her right in the. Imagine how hard he had to punch her in the face to kill her.
Oh my God.
You know how hard he was hitting that kid. That's how hard they should hit him.
Exactly. Yeah, he ought to be stoned to death. Just hung out on the courthouse lawn. Just let everybody stone him to death.
I think so too. I mean, and I think some of this would stop. It's like we live in a horrible world. It's like when you think shit can't get worse, it gets worse.
I know, and I'm a 70s kid. I was born in 1970. And I've watching the world go from when I was a young kid to today. It's like watching a seriously bad effing movie.
Yeah.
A bad ass movie. Yeah.
The world has changed a lot in 20 years.
54-page affidavit off, and I've been in true crime for a long time. I have read a lot of, studied a lot of cases, covered a lot of cases, that with such horrific details and I've viewed, horrific photographs and read horrific things and stuff, but it is so hard for me to repeat it out of my own mouth.
Yeah, in that Dorman guy that just killed his 3 kids in Ohio, what's with dudes? There's a lot more men killing their babies lately. Corey, I just heard Corey Bigsby's dead. He just got a bond, and they just charged him with the murder of his kid. I mean, there is a lot of men out killing their babies. I don't know how this man got a bond. I was just told in the chat room that he got a bond, and that is just insane to me.
Well, there's half a dozen cases that I've been covering on my channel.
Look at this. He gets out of jail.
All these people are in jail awaiting trial, and it's like they've been in jail for 4 and 5 years now. It's like, dadgum. I check on all of them once a week, and nothing.
They let him out of jail. He better not go back to that neighborhood. I know that he might get killed out there. The neighbors might they might string him up out there where he's at. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that care about that little boy here locally, and they're letting this man out of jail. He better go hide somewhere. That's what he better do, because his face has been plastered all over the news. Everybody knows who he is, knows what he looks like, and you murdered your baby, and you're going to be walking the streets.
And street justice in the hood,
BJ, find out what his bond is. Find out what his bond is. I want to know. It better be $20 million or something.
Right. That's what they got that dude on in Ohio.
Yeah, he has the highest bond ever set in Ohio for that. And he should.
Yeah. I got news for whoever is responsible for Summer's disappearance. You're in for a rude awakening.
His bond is $80,000 cash. That is it.
You $80,000.
You got to be kidding me. On murder. He's second-degree murder, I think, is what they charge him with, ain't it?
What state is that again? Virginia?
We'll give you a bond now. Virginia will give you a bond. That's the bad thing about Virginia. They'll give you a bond.
Well, Arkansas will too.
Here's the thing. He was denied bond multiple times for the 30 counts of child endangerment, leaving the kids. Okay, no bond. They kept no bond. They just recently, the other day, charged him with the death of his son. Okay, and said he did it 7 months prior to that, and now they give him a bond. Okay, after they charge him with the death, that seems crazy to me, man. That just seems crazy to me. And he owns property. But so that's probably why they made it $80,000 cash, so he couldn't put up an insurance bond, because Virginia has insurance bonds. So say I own my crib, or I own property, or somebody I know owns property. You don't have to put up the cash. You can put up the property in Virginia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can just go in there and sign your deed. And as long as they go to court, everything's good. You don't got to pay nothing to get them out or anything. All you had to do is put up something.
Right, right.
I'm glad they're not doing that, because, you know, like I said, his family owns houses and things like that. They could easily get him out of jail.
Well, let's hope and pray that they don't. But if they do,
he only has to come up with 10% in Virginia. That is absolutely right. He only has to come up with 10% of that 80. No, wait. Yeah, he only has a bondsman would have to pay the 80 cash.
Yeah. Yeah, here in Arkansas, it's 10% too. Because I did, my best friend's husband was a bail bondsman.
So his bond is $8,000 with a bail bondsman.
Oh my God!
Right, 10% be $8,000.
What is that judge smoking? Something better than we are, apparently.
Apparently so. That's can he come up with that money? That's the thing, you know. But look, hey, I appreciate you calling.
All right. Always good talking to you, Dolly.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Okay. So we got people trapped in a sub. We got, you know, we're blowing up. Dolly. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me? She hung up. Okay. I heard her. You hung up too quick. So $8,000 to get a baby killer out of jail. That seems a little low to me. That seems a little bit low to me. I'm a little disappointed in our justice system here in Virginia for allowing that to happen. Okay. Now I know this, when he goes to court, you're never getting out of prison, not a day in your life, bro. Never. Virginia will burn you. They're gonna burn you. They might let you out of jail for a little bit, but they're gonna get you. Dolly.
Hello. Yes.
I'm calling in to talk about the Corey Bixby.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, I think there's a lot of different local organizations that are involved with him. And I feel like that there is someone out there that will pay that $8,000 to get him out.
I think because, I think people help him because his constitutional rights were violated in the beginning. And that's what scares me, that they will pay it because his rights were violated and people want to help him because of that. But they got still taken into consideration, even though his rights were violated. He's a baby killer.
Yep. He violated the rights of his son.
Yeah, he didn't worry about that kid's rights when he was killing him. So, Virginia did violate his rights a little bit, but you're a baby killer, man. And anybody that puts their name on that, you are supporting a baby killer. And I pray to God nobody helps him. I pray to God his family don't help him. I hope his family realizes what he's done is terrible.
I think that he has them fooled. But as far as the attorney that he's using, she does a lot of stuff in the area that I'm from in Virginia. And it's just a lot of dirty stuff that she is involved in. So I wouldn't be surprised if this somehow doesn't get pulled off.
Yeah, and I heard she deals a lot in when people's rights are violated, human rights and things of that nature. And that kind of worried me when he got her, because remember, he didn't have her at first. He had a different attorney. Mm-hmm. Then he got her, and I was thinking, okay. And then they tried to push for the bond, saying his rights were violated. And I was like, okay, this lawyer's about civil rights. She's an attorney for that. So she's probably going to get him out. And then when she didn't, I was like, yeah. But now look, we're right there again where she's getting him out.
And I don't think she's ever covered a case to this magnitude, something this serious.
I don't think with a death of a kid involved.
No. Mm-mm.
So, but once he goes to court, they may have a lawsuit, you know what I'm saying? But he's still going to prison for the rest of his life.
That's where he belongs.
You would give him some money, he ain't gonna be able to spend it.
Nope.
You know, so yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole Cody Bigsby thing. And I wouldn't give him a bond until he told me where that baby was at.
Absolutely.
You know, and I'll be like, you want out, man? We'll give you a bond, but you're gonna tell us where that kid is, and when you go to court, you're going to prison for the rest of your life. You better enjoy your little time out.
Yes.
So, hey, I appreciate you calling.
Thank you.
All right, peace. That is definitely a sad one, and thank you for being a member, Fun Size. Yeah, you know, and you got to worry about when you get out of jail, him being safe in the community, right? Because look, the whole community went out and searched for that boy, so the whole community knows what you've done. Would you really want to be in this community? Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, it's Granny.
Hey, Granny.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Not too bad.
This world's coming apart at the seams, isn't it?
Yeah, you going on any submarines, Granny?
Oh, shoot. You can't get me in a boat. What you talking about?
I mean, especially an underwater boat.
I ain't getting under. I don't fly. I've never flown.
All right, you got a lot of wisdom, Granny. Do you think they're going to be able to save these people?
No.
I don't either. I mean, I hate.
No, they made them sign that disclaimer before they would let them get on it. So, I mean, they have no. Who they going to
sue? You can't sue nobody, but wouldn't that company owe the government and the police and all them boats and everybody that's out there trying to say that? Don't what they owe millions and millions of dollars to that?
They probably will, but we're paying for it.
That's what I'm saying, and that they should owe that. They should owe that when this is done.
Well, they should.
That company that built that little damn tiny ass death trap.
Yeah, and it is a death trap. And I feel bad for them, but who in their sane mind would get into a little ball like a hamster and go up underneath the water? Way up underneath it.
People with too much money, like rich people problems.
People that doesn't have too much brains. My God.
I mean, it seemed like the people in there were intelligent, just they were taking a chance for their life. You know, if you play with your life enough, eventually you're going to lose.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like playing Russian roulette with 5 in the chamber. Sooner or later, you're going to blow your brains. I can't even talk. Blow your brains out.
Yeah.
Did I hear y'all say that Bigsby man, Cody Bigsby, is getting out of jail?
He has a bond. He has 80,000 K, but 8,000 in Virginia will get him out of jail.
Oh God!
I know that's a shame. It's a shame.
Not right.
Nope, not at all.
He must know some people in high places.
Well, he was military, and I don't think he had a really bad criminal background before this, but it don't matter. He hurt his baby, and not only that, he disposed of his body and hasn't told anybody, you know, and he shouldn't be free. He definitely shouldn't be free.
No, he shouldn't, and I would tell him that if he told us where the body was, they'd let him out.
I mean, you don't see Leilani with a bond. You don't see Leilani with a bond.
But if they found the body, he told them where it was at. Once they find that body, I'd say, "Sock, I lied to you."
Yeah, lock his ass right back up. Yeah, I agree.
Take him straight to the gallows.
Yeah. I think
unreal.
Virginia's worried about the lawsuit that's going to come with this because they did violate his constitutional rights. He asked for a lawyer 8 times. They didn't give him one. They charged him with crimes that he confessed to. I mean, things that he said after he asked for a lawyer. So he has a really good lawsuit against the state of Virginia. But at the same time, you a baby killer, and that shouldn't be no excuse, right? Virginia paid him money. You know, you violated his rights. and let's prosecute the shit out of this man. Let's make sure he goes to prison forever.
Yeah.
Let's not let him out of jail.
I'd like to see him ride the lightning. It's just, I don't know why we keep letting people like this out.
It's a dangerous world, and we're just making it dangerous, more dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he ain't gonna go out and do nothing else, you know, but still, why let him out at all when you know he did it? You know he did it. The community knows he did it. You know.
I was gonna tell all these ladies in chat, y'all need to get y'all some pepper spray and keep it in your pocket, or something to defend yourself with.
I need some pepper spray in my pocket. Men need that shit these days. The world's so crazy. Everybody needs something.
Yeah, them girls will jump on you, Dolly. You know that. They'd be pepper spraying you all over the place. Get you some hornet spray.
Hornet spray.
Good.
I'm going to get me a face mask just in case all y'all crazy women with the pepper spray.
So crazy.
All right, Granny, you be good.
Top it up with you later. You be good.
All right, peace.
Peace.
You heard it, Granny. Been around this place for a long time, right? She's been around since the Titanic. She said it don't look good. All right, that we got 20 hours less because we've been here an hour and a half. Think about that. It flew by. For them people that are trapped in that little vessel at the bottom of the ocean, time is ticking so slow, right? So slow. They're so scared, panicky. You got to remember they're in the pitch black, and basically could be their coffin. Okay, could be their coffin. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, it's Tina from Georgia.
Hey, Tina.
Hey, I just wanted to bring something up, and there's two things. The first thing is I just watched something from a submarine person, down in Florida. Okay?
Yeah.
They're not bringing up that submarine. They feel, or this man feels, that submarine is inside the Titanic.
He thinks it's in the Titanic?
Absolutely. They explore it. They took that thing inside, and that's probably where it is, and got hooked up on something, or because, and he's telling people, that the
I
Navy.
thought they just went around the outside of the Titanic. They actually try to take that sub in the Titanic?
That's what he is saying. It was a guy from Florida, and he is a submarine person. I just watched it on CNN a little while ago. So anyway, there, and he's saying that the Navy and the lifeguards and, all the life people, they need to be honest with us because, stop telling us that, it's a recovery, a mission, to bring them and recover them, because it's not going to be, The other thing that I wanted to bring up that maybe, one of the mods could look into or whatever, I know that you're talking about Bigsby and the boy and his dad getting the $80,000. That is just for his death, I believe. The 30 cases of child abuse, he has no bond on. It could just be a technicality that they have to give him a bond on the murder, but he has 30 counts of child abuse with no bond. So even if he did come up with that, he couldn't get out because he has 30 other charges of child abuse.
Okay, that makes sense because I've seen that before. People have multiple charges and they have a bond on one charge and no bond on the other.
I mean, I'm sitting here, really believing, I'm not hoping that this is the case because, that's just sad. I don't, but I did try to look into it and look on my phone and stuff like that, but I really didn't see too much. But I have heard other cases where you do get a bond on something because by law you have to. But when a judge has formally said, you have 30 counts of child abuse, you have no bond. So even if he paid that $80,000, I don't think he could still get out.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that, but I think you might be right because I have known cases in Virginia where somebody's had a bond on one charge and no bond on another.
Yes, and like I said, I'm hoping and praying. So, alrighty. Well, I just wanted to touch base with you on those two things, and All I can do is pray for the people on the submarine, but I don't believe it's going to be a good outcome. And they're saying only 16 to 17 hours. I just watched that like 20 minutes ago. They're saying 16 to 17 more hours of air, and that's it. So
because we've been on an hour and a half, and it was less than 20 when we started.
Yes.
So,
and like you said, bringing it up and all that. I mean, come on, and if it's true, and they are in, in that, they're not getting out, because how can we get them? Yeah,
we can't. And that's the bad thing. Be honest with the people and let them know, hey, man, don't try this, guys, because this is why,
Yes, absolutely. Well, you have a good day, Dolly.
You too.
Peace.
All right.
Bye.
Peace. Yeah, you are definitely not getting me down in no death trap. Now look at this thing. Just look at it. Okay. This is what they're in. Okay. Now people are saying they may have went into the Titanic. That shit is cursed. You don't go into the Titanic. Okay. Dolly.
Hey, it's Stone Gator. I don't know if you saw yet in PJ's comments in chat. She's been trying to get your attention. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
What is that?
Called. It has to come up with 80,000 cash, and it's for all the charges.
It's for all the charges. Okay, so he does have a bond for everything. 80,000 cash. Yeah, that means
PJ copy and pasted it into the comments if you want to scroll and read straight from the article.
Okay, Bixby was granted bond. Judge ordered he pay $80,000 total on all charges, including new murder, concealing of a body charge. He will be released on house arrest to live with his daughter in Norfolk. You got to be shitting me. Okay.
All right, Jim. I just wanted to let you know that.
Okay.
I'll be in chat.
All
right. Bye.
All right. Peace. This man's going to be up. That ain't good. That ain't good. That is not good. Okay. So he going to be near me. Okay. Not only get out there, he's going to be my neighbor. Okay. The hell? Oh, no, that ain't working good. I don't. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, Turkey Man. I hadn't talked to you in a while. Hey, buddy.
What's up, Turkey Man? I'm doing good, man. I'm just chilling, living my best life. I'm doing better than these people on this submarine. I can tell you that. I'm broke. I ain't got the money they got, but I'm alive.
Well, I don't think I'd want to go either there or lost in space. Either one.
Neither one. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to do either one of those things. In fact, have you ever been on one of them cruises?
No, I don't do that. I ain't big on boats.
Every time you see one of them, they're hung up. They got some kind of issue going on. Just one of them big boats.
I had watched a story where a couple had went on one, and the thing had hit something, was sinking. It was taking in water, and they had to evacuate everybody off the cruise line. So the cruise line gave them another cruise line. So they went out again, and the damn boat caught on fire. They had to get evacuated from 2 different cruises.
Oh, it was a mess during that COVID deal when they was hung up there.
Damn. But
everything I say, man, I'm like you. I'm gonna drive, and that way I can drive back.
Yeah, I like to. I don't know.
My own vehicle.
This is when you too rich for your own good. You do shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Like them people that go up into lower Earth orbit and them rockets that could blow up. You know what I'm saying? All them rich ass people. Just before they do that, could they will me some money before they go do all these stupid, crazy things that are going to cost them their lives? I was like, could you just write me into your will?
I mean, one of them things you think, well, if I get in this thing, how do I get out?
Yeah, there's no escape plan for it. There's no. I was watching this thing the other day, which was like a hovercraft for people, right? That you can fly it, right? I was thinking, okay, well, that's good until everybody crashes. But they have built in a ballistic parachute. So say you get up there and something goes wrong, it has a parachute. I was thinking, okay, well, there's a safety mechanism to that, just in case. What was there just in case? Just in case had nothing. There's no just in case. There's you die. Just in case you die.
You go to a movie. The first thing I do is sit down and get my popcorn, my drink, and then I see where the exit door is at.
Yeah, just in case you're watching Batman.
Just in case. That's right.
Okay.
That's right. But I mean, what I'm trying to say is, I want to know where the back door is. I want the exit door.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that had no exit plan.
Show me where stage left is. You know what I'm saying? This because I got to exit.
Yeah. Well, I just want to give you a call there, man, and tell you I enjoy listening to you. I don't call much. I don't get a chance to call you much, but I'm still here.
I haven't been live during the day in a while. It's usually been late night here lately. So it's good to be here with you guys during the day a little bit. But all right, Turkey Man, you be good.
All right, man. Take self-care. All
right. Peace. That's Turkey Man. He gobbling his way through the mad world we live in. All right. But I don't see Turkey Man. He a Turkey Man. And he's smart enough to know not to get in this damn capsule. Okay. I wouldn't get in it. You couldn't pay me $250,000 to get in it to go see the Titanic. I'd be like, "Are you crazy? That shit is under the ocean." Okay. I'm some dumb. I am not plumb dumb. Okay. I'd be like, "Dude, you done lost your damn. You got better chances of getting me in a shark cage." Okay. During Shark Week. I'm just saying, you got better chances. You ain't putting me in no damn capsule and dropping me to the bottom of the ocean. And like we're hearing from the recovery people, they got teams coming in, you know, in 20, 48 hours, they'll be there. You know, we got France moving in. But we're also hearing they could have 17 hours of air left. 17 hours. And that's in normal conditions. I keep saying that. I don't think they have that much air left because I think they're panicking. And when you panic, you breathe heavy. All right. When you're scared, you breathe heavy. So they got less air. I would say they probably got 10 hours of air, 15 hours of air left in that thing. Molly.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
So what's the deal? What's the deal with the Bixby dad?
The $80,000 bond. He would get out.
Why is he getting the bond after all this
He
time?
living across the street from me. No shit.
No, really. You serious?
His daughter in Norfolk, right across.
Oh, damn, dog. You better move.
$80K.
Do you think some idiot would really give him $80K?
Yes. Yes, because there's all these people into.
Then they need to go to jail too.
Rights and shit like that.
I don't care.
I don't care either, but some people do. Some people care about rights. You know what I'm saying? Some people care about that.
Then why? Wait a minute. Then why did Virginia? Once they say he wanted an attorney, why did they just stop?
Because they didn't care. He wanted an attorney. We want that baby. That's what they wanted.
Yeah, but now they're making a lawsuit against him, and we got to pay for it.
I know, but that just is what it is. They got the guy though.
So I guess in a way, Georgia didn't. They didn't want no damn lawsuit against them. So I guess they did the right thing, huh?
Well, Georgia found the baby. Virginia didn't.
True, but they didn't get a lawsuit against me either.
And I think Georgia has a little more evidence against Leilani because they knew the time. Leilani threw the baby away and reported it. He got rid of the baby 7 months before, so they don't have as much evidence, I don't think, on him as they do Leilani. They got her at the dump.
Okay, you just said they got right what you just said. He did this 7 months prior to the baby being reported missing. Right there, he should rot him in the ground.
I know. I agree with you 100%. I mean,
so what is this goofy attorney? Where is she? I'm just curious. What state? What county is she from?
I'm not exactly sure what county she's from. She's a new attorney. He originally had another attorney. He fired that attorney. He got a different attorney that was more into civil rights and rights violations because his rights had been violated. So
I'd like to write
new lady. She came in. She instantly said his rights had been violated. She took him up for a bond hearing, they denied him again. And I was like, yes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm celebrating him not getting bond. You know what I'm saying? She kept trying to get it. She kept trying to get it. And now he's been charged with the murder and the disposing of the body, and she's gotten him a bond.
Because wait a minute, what's that organization that always backs their butt? What is that? You know the rights, so you know what I'm talking about.
There's a controversy in this too, because you had, even in the searches, you had Black Lives Matter and things that
there. Okay.
Right. And you have the NAACP and things.
That's it.
So you got a mixture of it, because they know this person's guilty. At the same time, his community's not screaming he's innocent. You see what I'm saying? His people are not screaming Corey's innocent. They're not. So to back this dude, even his own people, you're backing a killer. You're backing a killer. And that's what I said. I don't think he can just stroll back to his community. They ain't having that shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just strolling back up in that crib like you. But he was moving anyway from that big ass apartment complex he was living in.
Yeah.
He was moving. In the process of that, he was moving to another house. So he had another house already. So he's not a broke dude. So to think he can't come up with $8,000 pay a bondsman to put up to 80, he can.
Well,
so he will be
that kind of. Wait a minute. Didn't you say he's going to live with his daughter
in Norfolk? Yes.
I hope she ain't got no kids.
I hope so too.
I mean, shouldn't that be considered? You can't move in versus.
I ain't gonna say. I remember in the very beginning, his family was taking up for him, saying they different things. Now I don't see, you out there lying for this man, and I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
I just feel like somebody's going to get a little crazy.
In my neighborhood, I don't like it. Now you in my neighborhood. Before you was on the other side of the water. Now you across the street. We don't like baby. I don't like baby killers. I don't think
nobody should. But wouldn't he have like an ankle thing around his leg where he can't go out of the property, right?
He shouldn't be on the property. There needs to be some hell raised. Where's Bullhorn Betty when you need her? You know what I'm saying? Get her bull, charge her damn batteries. Let's get her a plane ticket to Norfolk.
Let's get her a plane ticket. No, I think she got too much going on with the other ones, Carl. She gonna stay kind of calm right now.
Better than this one? Better than that?
No.
A baby killer on the streets?
Yeah, I know, but you know how it was. You know, Virginia ain't gonna play for you. They ain't gonna let you get out in the street and yell. They're gonna
learn something.
Yeah, it's true. But you know what? I just don't understand how
they're gonna learn. Hey, you don't let these killers that kill babies walk the streets. You don't. The people.
I don't understand why he just won't.
They don't want it. I don't think nobody wants that.
Heck no. I thought he went for a mental evaluation.
He did.
Well, he shouldn't be out. He should be on the street anyway. Then.
Apparently, he ain't mental.
Well, if he ain't mental and he won't tell where the baby's at, then what is he?
He's a baby killer, is what he is.
Right. He don't need to be out in the community.
No,
and I have to bother letting that happen.
Any killer don't need to be out in the community. I don't give a who you killed. You don't need to be walking these streets. You can kill somebody else.
That's what I'm saying. If she has kids or kids come over to her house where the daughter's at, I mean, it's not going to be a good outcome. It's going to cause more headache for Virginia. So I don't understand why they're letting it happen.
I don't either. I don't understand it either. I don't get it.
You better lock your door.
He ain't gonna kill me. I ain't no baby. You know what I'm saying? I can defend myself. That dude's a coward. You know what I'm saying? He killed a baby. Yeah. He ain't shit to me. I'm a grown ass man. I ain't Corey. I can fight. I ain't Cody. I can fight back.
I know, but didn't he have other kids too?
Yes.
Okay, I hope they're far away. They're still not in North.
It's like Leilani. She chose one kid. Like Leilani, he chose one kid, took care of the other kids. What is with people picking one kid?
I don't know. Wait a minute, you got something in your comment that says, Virginia, we salute you. What the crap's that supposed to mean?
What do you mean?
And one of your cheeky chops says, Virginia, we salute you. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Cheeky chops is a troll. Don't worry about that.
Well, Cheeky Trots, I don't salute you, so go fly somewhere else,
Yeah, I don't think people...
Virginia, don't. I think you just got some dumbasses. They're fighting for that right, and they're so scared of violating some kind of right. Virginia didn't do right by his right. I got that right, but still, I don't give a crap. He shouldn't be out.
I don't care either. He shouldn't be out. I say the exact same thing. Yeah, it's wrong what they did to you. We'll pay you, but you're going to jail, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but our taxes got to pay.
That's just how I...
Yeah, but our taxes got to pay for the freaking mistake that they made when I give them the dummy an attorney.
Yeah, I know, but still.
That's what ticks me off.
We got to pay either way. You know what I'm saying? So what?
Yeah, we got to pay the housing. Yeah, we got to pay the housing.
We got to pay either way. I want him in jail. If I got to pay, I want him in jail.
Right, I want him in jail too.
That's right.
But I'm just saying, you don't think he's not going to be nowhere near his kids, his other kids, do you?
I don't know. Tune into the live stream. We'll find out.
I mean, are they in Norfolk too?
Hey, apparently they're my neighbors.
Damn. Oh Lord, that sucks. I mean, that really. First I didn't know what you were saying. I said, "Damn, ain't no way he's getting out on bond." But
I didn't believe it either. You think you didn't believe it? I thought these people had better chances of getting out this submarine than he had getting out of jail. Okay.
Well, I hope
they're trying to rescue these people. I didn't think nobody was trying to rescue him. Okay. I thought these people would have better chances in the sub than that dude.
Right. So when did this come about? Was it on your news station? Because I ain't seen it on mine.
Hey, it was just popped in. Everybody comes in here spitting everything they hear. So that's on the news. So boom, they came in there like he's, you know how fast information travels on YouTube. It's fast.
Yeah, on YouTube, but I can't believe I'm in Virginia. I didn't see none on my local.
Well, you're hearing it here first. Dolly!
Yeah, I heard of it. Yeah, that's what kind of ticks me off. Oh, well, it ain't nothing I can do about it, but I just don't I don't know how he even has the gathering to even walk and be around his daughter. I would be afraid I would.
Have they been covered? Have they covered it much in Northern Virginia?
I'm not in Northern. I'm in Chesterfield.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, you're not damn far away at all.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. And I haven't seen anything. That's why I was shocked when you said it. And I'm thinking, this don't make no difference. I'm just saying, don't you think he's putting his daughter in jeopardy being in the house with her?
I don't know if anybody want to hurt him. I would hope not. But I'm thinking walking down the street, somebody might slap that shit out of you or try to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you've been plastered all over the news. You're known here as a baby killer. Do you want to be walking the streets of Norfolk? Norfolk ain't the nicest place.
I know.
Okay, I'm just saying, people slap the shit out of you for nothing here. Okay, you do something that will make the people hate you. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good place to be hated.
That's what I'm saying. I can't believe he's safe for his dumb butt to just stay in jail. Forget trying to.
I think it's safer for him to stay in jail too.
It's safer, exactly.
Yeah,
but who knows what? I mean, I was just shocked when you had it up there. I went, ain't no way. I thought you were.
Because look, the one thing is they're planning block parties for his son. That's what they said, a block party. Okay.
Really?
Block parties, cookouts, motorcycle rides, and this is all for awareness and things of this nature. Now this dude's out.
Ooh.
I gotta see what these women have to say about this. That's been doing all this shit for Cody. I bet you they are flipping their shit right now, and I would too.
Well, they have rights too. They should be flipping their, you know what?
I mean, these ladies are doing all these events and bringing all this awareness. I bet that it crushed their spirits today, and that's sad because these women are good women.
Well, it's sad it crushes their spirit. That money should be helping find Cody, not helping that idiot get out.
I agree. I totally agree. Like why let this man out? Why let him out? Did you hear about the Harmony Montgomery stuff with them moving the baby around and stuff like that?
No.
Oh God, that is even crazier. He beat the baby to death. They had her in a duffel bag. They were moving her around. There is some wild, crazy ass people out here in this world. That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
there's some sick people that need to be in a rubber room with nothing.
He punched her 3 times in the face so hard that he heard gurgling noises and it killed her. And then they stuffed her ass in a duffel bag.
He's in jail though, right?
Yeah, they're in jail. They're going to court and all that. But still, it ain't gonna bring that little girl back. And it's just horrible to hear that somebody could do that to their own kid. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you just did a thing about the man doing it to his 3 sons and drove him back and still did it.
I don't know what's in the water. I mean, like, why did this? I can't explain that stuff. The dude planned and executed his 3 kids in Ohio. He didn't just snap. His dad said, I think my son snapped. Your son didn't snap, bro. He planned it for months. Snapping is like that. You just flip out and do something. You plan something. That's not snapping. That's premeditated. That's a whole lot different than snapping. He planned on killing those little boys. Psycho.
Yeah, he did.
Like he did. You can cry to the end of time. They should cry your ass out into the street and let people stone you to death.
True. Back in the day, that's what would happen. But he was protecting his dog. So he planned it. Because why would he care about his dog?
Because he cared about his dog. It's weird what people care about.
Care about his 3 sons?
Apparently he didn't. How can you act like you love them kids? You just brutally murdered them. I think it was a punishment to the wife. That's why he didn't kill the wife. He did it in front of them. He wanted her to see that for some reason, and only he knows that weird ass reason. I don't know. Or unless he's just completely.
Let me ask you, didn't you say there was domestic violence in the relationship?
No, with his father. He was arrested for domestic violence a few years prior, but the charges were dropped because he strangled his dad. Okay.
What idiot would be around a guy that did that to their father?
Well, I mean, it could have been anything. His dad could have said something. They say, what I'm saying? Be like, Pop, you better watch yourself. I don't know.
So he never did nothing to the wife.
Just think about this, though. Maybe she never reported it.
Okay, well then that's
how many women out here. Well, let's be honest. How many women out here are being abused by their man or their significant other that never say nothing? There's a lot. There's a lot of women.
There's a lot that have low
never say nothing.
Right. There's a lot that have low self-esteem, and that's the problem. And I can guarantee you, I'd take you out. You touch me one time, and you're gone.
You ain't putting your hands all up on me like that.
No, one time, and you're gone.
That's it. You gone, girl. Peace. Deuces later. I don't know you.
I mean, there's too many resources. Right. There's too many resources for women now. You go, you take the children, and you go to safe area. You don't stay in something like that.
Hell no, you don't. Because you don't. Situations just like this, or you're dead. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I don't care if you got to go to a shelter, whatever. At least you're safe in that shelter.
And I'm not even. Look, men don't face a lot of physical abuse, but they face a lot of mental abuse. Dudes, if your wife is torturing your old lady, get the hell away from her. You don't have to kill a chick to get away from her. I want to explain this.
Exactly.
A lot of men think to leave a woman, you got to kill them. No, you don't. You can say, bye, bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do. Later. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
that's true. That is true, Dolly. But the man thinks, and I'm going to say it, they don't want to pay that child support straight up. So they're thinking, okay, I'll take you out.
Child support then pay.
Yeah, but that's you. That's you. That's your mind, not most. That's your mind, not most men. They don't want to pay for that child. So they're thinking, okay, I'll take them out because they're sick in the head.
I know it's insane. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. You don't got to kill your old ladies. I'm just there for the few dudes that most of my viewers are women. Okay,
right.
So, and women don't torture your men. Okay, mental abuse is abuse.
Nobody.
This is for defense of the few guys out here. Mental abuse is still abuse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Did the little girl survive? Did the daughter survive?
Yes.
Okay. Well, she didn't survive. Think about it. She's messed up for the rest of her life.
Yeah, I mean, of course. She watched her.
So all he did is he messed her up too, and the wife. So he's taken her life basically with her mind.
Well, that's what that's what she was screaming is you took my life when he killed the kid.
Exactly.
That's why he
could have hurt more.
That's why I think it was a punishment. I think he did it as a punishment to his wife, and he had probably been abusing that lady physically and mentally and all kinds of shit, and she just didn't say anything. And that's why there ain't a bunch of red flags, right? If she would have talked and told the history, I guarantee there's a bunch of red flags.
You're right, and she should have got help to help those kids and save those kids and now she's going to be messed up for the rest of her life. The little girl's going to be messed up. The 3 boys are gone, and he's in prison. Look at the whole cycle. That's terrible.
He's getting a death penalty. Ohio is a death penalty state.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, he's getting a death penalty. He's dying.
Well, he deserves to get the death penalty. I hate to say it. I don't know much about. I mean, like I said, How old was the boy?
The boy's the father?
Yeah,
I think he was 29 or early 30s, maybe. He was young and not an older guy. His sons were what, 2, 4, and 7, or something like that. 3, 4.
You mean to tell me to that little age, 2, 4? When the 2, 4, 7 had no clue but to worship your daddy and love your daddy, and he did that to them.
They're saying he was 32. I knew it was early. He was a younger guy.
But can you imagine 2, 4, and 7 that young, and you look up to your daddy?
If he would have moved one time, the police were going to shoot and kill him. They told him on the radio. They told the police to shoot anything, shoot.
And they should have shot.
Yeah, I wish he would have moved. You know, to be honest.
I know. One little foot.
I was watching. He didn't flinch. He sat there cold, calm.
Well, see, okay, then he didn't snap. He knew not to move when they said don't move.
Yeah, I know.
He didn't.
That's what I'm saying. I disagree with his father. His father said, "I think my son snapped."
Yeah, that's
work or marital or what. He didn't snap. He plotted and he planned.
He plotted.
He executed that plan. He wasn't snapping. You know.
But that's sad for 2, 4, 7 little year olds. To the last thing they see is your daddy pointing a gun at you. That makes you want to cry. That makes me want to cry. That's just sad.
It is unbelievable. I mean, can you imagine police? Like, I couldn't be a police officer. Like,
no, because I'd be straight on. I couldn't be a policeman anyway.
Yeah, because when I got those handcuffs on you, I'd have cut that body cam off, and I would have did some things that would have got me fired.
I'd have put that knocker thing, whatever you call it.
I would have got $800 million, and I'd have beat that dude from all the way to the cop car, all the way to the jail, all the way into the booking station, all the way till they took my badge, my gun, my handcuffs, and they put me in a cell. I'd been like, they would have had to peel me off that dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like,
I bet a lot of them do think that way. That have kids, Dolly, but then they got to think about their family.
I know, but at a certain point, I ain't even mad at you, bro. You know what I'm saying? If he was a cop, got fired for something like that, I'd hire you somewhere. I'd give you a job. You'd be like, man, you got to bring back the old days. You whip a criminal's ass.
Well, it's true, but like I said, you got to think about your family. Of course, they feel that way, I'm sure, but they got to think about their family first. And I'm sure a lot of cops want to a lot of the people that come in prisoners just want to beat the crap out of you, especially if it involves a kid. But they can't do it.
Please,
you're going to get it
should be allowed when you're caught in the act. How about that?
Yeah.
When they don't catch you in the act, no police brutality. But when they physically catch you doing it, murdering some babies, they should be able to stomp that ass.
You mean if they'd have seen him actually physically doing it?
Yeah, like they catch you in the act.
Oh yeah, but that ain't the way to.
They should be able to club you upside the head until they're happy. That's just what.
True.
Lucky I don't write the laws. They lucky.
You lucky. You're so great.
But he's gonna beat on innocent people. You know what I'm saying? But this dude, this ain't as normal circumstances. They know this man murdered his 3 kids. You know,
I know.
The baby's dead on the ground. He's there with a gun. Club that man in the head.
I couldn't tolerate that.
And they grabbed him by the arm and pulled him to the ground. I wish they would have ultimate warriored his ass over their head and body slammed him to the ground. And then he was like, "I'm uncomfortable. Could you turn me over?" Hell no! I can't.
No, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. He said he was uncomfortable.
Yes. Could he roll him over?
I would kick him right in.
I can't be a cop. I couldn't be a cop.
No, Dolly, for him to say that.
I'd have been.
Wait a minute. For him to say he was uncomfortable, he wouldn't last in prison. He doesn't know what uncomfortable is yet.
He ain't gonna last. He ain't.
That's what I'm saying. If he thinks that was uncomfortable,
no,
he's gonna be crying a lot.
They better keep eyes on that dude because he's one of those banana peels.
Huh?
Banana peels. You know, like Jeffrey Epstein slipped on a banana peel. He's a banana peel. Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
They better keep an eye on him because he's a banana peel.
Oh, Lord.
They're going to find him somewhere in the jail tied to a cell. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you know what?
He ain't making it.
He gets what he gets. He ain't gonna make it.
He ain't making it. Yeah.
If he's crying and saying he's uncomfortable, he ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
No.
He damn sure. I ain't a betting man, but I'm gonna go with you. He ain't making it. Okay. He's a banana peel. Watch what I say. 3 months from now, I'll be like, y'all remember that dude got banana peeled? That's the last thing you want to happen to you in jail is the banana peel. Okay. When you see a banana peel, that shit is done. Done deal then. All right. You be good, woman.
You too, babe.
All right, peace. There you go. Okay, so that Dorman dude that killed his 3 kids, there's no excuse in this world he could give to me, you know, to the reason you did it, unless you were possessed by the damn devil himself. Lucifer came up and you're still possessed, and we need to perform an exorcism on your ass. Other than that, there's no reasons. This is straight out to some damn Amityville horror. Man, this little woman that survived just lived to Amityville horror. Husband gets up, gets a gun, shoots the kids. That's Amityville horror. That is, but real. And what goes through somebody's mind to do that? That is scary. The point when somebody snaps or flips out or loses their shit or becomes psychotic and will act on it. I mean, there's a lot of crazy people, and most crazy people don't act on their craziness. But what about when them crazy people get so crazy and they start acting on it? And now we're probably down to 16 hours on this damn sub. Okay. Got me breathing heavy. And, you know, the whole thing is this. They are literally controlling this with an Xbox controller. That is the craziest thing ever. Can you imagine you rich as shit and you in this thing? Can you imagine the conversations that are going on right now in this submarine? I knew I shouldn't have got on this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the dude with the controller, I'd have done strangled him by now. Okay. That he would be the first one to go. Because you think about it. If you take everybody else out and you're on the sub, you have days of air. Okay. So say, you always hear the strongest survive. So we in a ship and you over there breathing heavy. I got to take you out. Right? What if they're in there killing each other? Think about that. You're breathing too heavy. Hey, man, tell your son stop breathing so heavy. Nah, man, you stop breathing so heavy. Next thing you know, they fighting. Think this shit can't happen. You're talking about in a panic situation in the dark, right? I don't know. That would be so. Can you imagine anything more scarier than that? This is literally like being buried alive. Literally. Just you ain't buried with dirt. You're buried with water. Same thing. You're on the damn bottom and you're covered. You can't get out. There's no air. I bet the son's 19. He's not a minor. He's an adult. They will end him in prison, Dolly. Horrific. Look, the dude that killed his kids, man. Oh my God. He's, like I said, he's going to probably be a banana peel. I can't believe they're letting Corey Bixby out of jail. That's a shocker. And these people, all we can do is pray for them. You know, these are good people inside this thing, you know, with families. I don't want to wish bad on them. I just live in the real world. And I know there's real circumstances and real consequences for what's going on right now. They got 16, 17 hours worth of air. And honestly, it would probably take weeks to recover this. Right? If they can recover it. I mean, that's reality. Okay. Miracles, never hurts. Let's pray together and hope they bring these people home when this thing somehow surfaces. If it's true that they've took this little vessel in parts of the Titanic to look around, Oh my God. It like, oh my God. You know, and sad situation. Prayer says Windjammer. I agree. It was swallowed by a whale, okay, like in Pinocchio. They went down there in this thing, and a big ass whale swam up and swallowed it. Right now they're in the belly of a whale. Think about that. Anybody think about that? We seen Pinocchio the movie. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you in the belly of a whale. It looks like a damn fish. Okay, maybe they thought the whale was swimming by and was like, ooh, look at that dinner. Whoop, then grabbed it. You know what I'm saying? You damn 2 miles down in the ocean, the Kraken could have done came out. What if a damn big ass huge octopus, right, came out and just grabbed this bitch? You know what I'm saying? Ah, and it's wrapped up in a tentacle and it can't get loose. There might be monsters down there that deep. We don't know. Just saying. There's aliens. There could be the Kraken could be real. You just bought the paperback of the banging. The sub looks like a tampon. Okay, is that what it said? Okay. There's an unfortunate chance that they may never find the sub at all. That is true. Now, you would think, though, I mean, logically, you would think. Now, I'm not a water expert. I ain't a master in the currents of the ocean or nothing like that. But I'm thinking, if you took something metal like that and you dropped it off a boat, it would sink like a fucking anchor. It would fall straight down to the bottom. Okay? I would think wherever they're at, they're right there on the bottom. Okay? I don't think they went too far away. You know, but I could be wrong. You know, the battery in the controller could have died. What happened if the controller died? I mean, you gotta have a backup. Dolly.
Hi, Dolly. It's Zircon.
Hey, Zircon. What's good with you?
Oh, I'm having a great day. Unlike the people in the submarine.
Yeah, they're not having a great day, I don't think.
You know, you were talking about the cost and who's going to pick up the bill for the rescue mission.
Mm-hmm.
And I posted it in chat, but I don't think you saw it, that in Arizona, they have what's called an idiot law. And because we have all kinds of outdoorsy people.
A lot of idiots, basically, is what you're saying.
They're more money than sense kind of folk.
Yeah.
And if they have to send in the rescue team to get you, they bill you for the cost.
That's what they should do. If you're an idiot and do something stupid and I got to come save your ass, you should have to pay for it. Gas ain't free. Them boats ain't free. Helicopters ain't free. Paying all them people ain't free. That company should have to pay for that. Every penny of it. It should crumble their company. You know, we shouldn't have to worry about this ever happening again. You know, not in my lifetime anyway.
Preach it, Dolly.
Saying if you want to go in a submarine, go in a submarine to depths that we can rescue your ass at. Not depths we can't rescue you at. You're going to depths we can't even go to. Most likely go rescue you at. You know, go in something fucking shallow. Go do a little shipwreck off the coast where we can drop a damn something down there and send a diver down and get you out. Not some shit we can't send a person to get. You know, we got to have machines to even get there. You can't send, if we can't free dive your ass, don't go that deep.
I'm with you. And you know what trips me is that they had so much money and yet they used this, like you said, garage built. They could have put so much money into it.
Okay, just the passers alone were over $1.5 million inside. You give me $1.5 million, I guarantee you I can build something that looks better than this fucking thing we see right here on the TV screen. They spent $1.5 million building this fucking thing. They got robbed. Okay, I could have did this shit on a 3D printer and some tinfoil and a pack of Skittles and 9-volt batteries. All right, I'd have built you something better than that shit that you got right there. And I at least had it hooked up to a wireless keyboard. Okay, at least had a wireless keyboard. This shit is more technology right here than is in that whole damn submarine. They're controlling that shit with a little fucking Xbox controller.
I'm saying it boggles the mind.
I can tell you Tesla didn't build it.
No way. Wouldn't it look like that?
No.
Well, I don't want to keep you. I just wanted to share. I think that that's a smart law to have, the idiot law.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these folks have to be accounted for, you know?
If you're dumb, you got to be tough and you got to pay for it.
That's right. That's right.
All right. You be good, girl.
You have a good day.
All right. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Don't get in submarines that go deep as shit into the ocean and look at shit you shouldn't go look at. All right. Just watch like everybody else. Look at the underwater videos of the Titanic. I'm good with that. You know, just turn it on YouTube on Titanic, you know, watch it. Going there, some places like I look at the moon. I don't want to go to the fucking moon. Okay. I don't want to take the chance of dying. I don't want to go on a rocket. Okay. All these rich ass people strapping themselves to rockets. Eventually you're going to die. Okay. Maybe not this time, but maybe next time. I grew up in a generation where I watched the damn space shuttle blow up. I'm not trying to go up in no rockets. Okay. I remember the Columbia. Right. No. Y'all can have all that space programming, lower Earth orbit shit. Nah. Y'all can have that. You know what I'm saying? I'm nervous getting on a damn plane. I don't want to die. I want to take as many chances as I can with my life. Do a bunch of extreme shit. All right. I'm trying to relax the last 20 good years I got. You ain't suffocating me in no little tiny ass vessel named a minnow. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically what the ocean is so big. That shit is so tiny in the mass ocean. I feel so bad for the people, but they did this to themselves. They signed it. They knew the consequences. They knew that tragic things could happen. And they paid for it. Okay. They paid for that. Now here's the thing. If they would have survived, they'd have done things on this planet that most of us hadn't. Because nobody really cares. It's a shipwreck and we can look at it on YouTube. All right. We don't have to be there. And the ship is cursed. There's bad energy around it. Okay. People died there. Now, which is crazy, is one of the people, like I said, is a Titanic historian that is on this little damn minnow. Okay. You spent your life studying the Titanic, and the Titanic is going to be your grave. That is unbelievable. And that is the worst luck on the planet. Okay. That is the worst luck on the planet. Dolly.
Hi, Jimmy. It's me.
Paper Katina. PCT.
Yeah, so PCT. I've been following closely, like everyone else. You know, it's this whole submarine thing. And earlier when you guys said, or when you said it's going to be pitch black down there, I'm thinking the ocean's pitch black, but there's lights on inside the submarine.
If they have power.
There isn't, is there? Right. They don't have power, probably, right?
We don't know. We don't know what it is. They could have lost motors. They lost, they could have air and power right now, but they're not going to have it for long. 16 hours.
Right.
That's at the max.
Right. Right. Oh, God. So, like, I was thinking, I mean, it's depressing, but if they're in the pitch black, The one good thing is, though, they're not going to know who's breathing the most air. You know, what are they going to do? Nudge them? Hey, you stop. Hey, you stop.
I don't know,
it's
but
not funny. It's not funny.
Would you be panicking if you was in there?
Oh, God. I'd be bawling.
I'd be panicking
I would have
too.
been, yeah, I'd be bawling this whole time ever since it got stuck or got whatever's happening to it. I'd just be bawling because that's what I do when I'm scared.
Yeah. And, well, now look, did they only have one of these? Why don't they send another one down?
Yeah.
Did they only do one of their crafts? Why not send another one down to try to rescue the other one?
Yeah. And why is France the closest to it, I guess?
I guess. They're sending
they're sending people from France?
Well, they need certain people. I mean, nobody really operates 2 miles under the water. You know what I'm saying? There ain't really this usually don't happen. Shit like this usually don't happen.
No.
This is something very rare. And after this, it should happen again.
Right. And the remote control, somebody said in chat it was a PS3. And like an idiot, I kind of believed it.
Uh-huh. It looked like an Xbox, more like an Xbox controller, but it did look like a game controller.
And do they know who's manning that thing? Not manning, but running that controller? Like what?
I don't think they've named anybody from the company. I think they've only named passengers.
Okay. Because I saw, I don't know if it was on Facebook. I think it must have been.
I know one person.
Somebody had a picture of a man. Okay.
So I know one person's on it is a diver, a professional diver. Okay. Which I thought was good because he's probably the one that knows, hey, let's tap on it. You know what I'm saying? He probably knows the West stuff. One of them's a professional diver. One of them's a billionaire and his son. One of them is a historian. But they didn't really go into who was operating the vessel or how long the person had operated the vessel. Not that I've heard anyway.
Right.
The CEO is running it. Okay. KC said that. The CEO of the company.
Oh. You mean he's like running the remote control?
Yes, he's driving it. He's probably the creator or, I don't know for sure, but I just think if you spent millions, this don't look like something that costs millions of dollars to make.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it almost looks like you could blow up parts of it. I mean, that's probably really dumb, but it just looks like a big balloon. I mean, I know it's not, but the picture to me.
Yeah, it looks like a.
I don't know anything about subs.
It just looks like a metal cylinder and put a damn little window at the front of it and stuck everybody in it.
Yeah.
It looks small. Can you imagine
having
people in that tiny ass thing for that long? And where do you use the bathroom?
Oh my God.
Nobody's discussed that. Where are they using the bathroom?
Oh, wait. Somebody did put in chat. I'm not kidding either. Yesterday, I believe, or was it the day before, that they're peeing in Ziploc bags.
Oh, okay.
I'm not kidding. Okay. But again, maybe they're not, and somebody's just trying to be funny, but there were no laugh emojis.
A small boat toilet.
I believed it.
You know what I'm saying? No, it could have a small boat toilet in there where you pull out the seat and you can use the bathroom in it. I mean, they're small.
Oh.
I have one in my van, you know what I'm saying? Camping toilets like that. That would fit a small little tiny toilet in there, but it's only going to last for so long.
Right. And also, can they stand up in that thing? Or is it just sitting room?
I think they're just sitting there.
I mean, it's not very high, but then again, it's just a picture. I wonder.
We don't know what they're stuck on. We don't know if they're upside down. They could be sideways.
Oh, God, I didn't even think of that.
You know what I'm saying?
Upside down.
If you're thinking they're upright, they might not be. They could be, you know what I'm saying? It could be bad. It could be really bad. It could be upside down.
Mm-hmm. I think, Jimmy, I really do think this. When the guy said, we're going to talk to the families first, He gave it away.
Well, of course.
He basically said, this is it.
Yeah.
We're going to bring up it's a recovery. Yeah.
They probably already talked to the family, and told them, hey,
oh, yeah, that's true.
We're going to do our best, but hey.
But, right.
Chances are they're probably real honest with the family. They're just probably not being as honest with the news. I would hope they're honest with the family and say, hey, look, the chances are your loved ones ain't going to make it. We're going to do our best. You got to be dealing with people in situations that are like this. It's like they made the conscious decision. They knew that this could end their life when they chose to get on it.
Yeah, I think so. I wonder if the 19-year-old really kind of thought that, though. He probably, I'm not saying his dad talked him into it, but
the 19-year-old is the one probably going, I told y'all this shit was stupid. He's probably the only one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he probably
only one was like, Granddad, I told you this shit was going. This wasn't good.
Oh my God!
His dad probably talked him into that.
Wow. Has anyone seen pictures of the people in that submarine?
I haven't seen. I've seen. Yeah, I have seen some of the people in this picture of.
I know. I thought I saw three of them, but not the dad and the son. That's what I thought I saw on Facebook or something.
There's like some really rich guy from India or somewhere too in there or something.
Yeah, Pakistan. That's right. Someone said Pakistan. Yeah. Wow. Incredible.
It was a $30 Logitech PC controller.
What?
Is what he was controlling that damn thing with. I believe it. It looked like it was cheaply made. It just didn't look. I don't know. I would not go in the ocean in that damn thing.
I could never even bungee jump or anything. Have you done that before, Jimmy? Have you bungee jumped?
No, I have never been bungee jumping.
If you could, would you?
No, I got a bad back. You ain't snatching all on me like that.
Oh my God. But even if you didn't have a bad back, you would bungee jump.
No, I probably wouldn't.
No, I couldn't either.
I mean,
what about jumping out of a plane? Would you do that? Is there any scary thing you would do?
Would I jump out of a plane? Not if the plane wasn't crashing. I ain't jumping out of a perfectly good plane.
Well, I mean, with a parachute and everything, you wouldn't do that.
No, I really would. I'd be too scared. I've done indoor skydiving, and after I done it, the dude was like, "Man, you done did this. You might as well jump out of a plane now. It's the same damn thing." And I was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah, nah, I'm good. Oh my God! And you've already swam with the sharks.
Yeah,
remember?
Swam with sharks. So yeah, I mean, and then when I got on the boat, I told myself, I was like, I'm never doing nothing so stupid again. That's what I told myself.
You're never what? What did you say?
Never going to do something so stupid again.
Oh God.
Yeah. Sometimes you're thankful that you're alive. You're just like, man, I ain't doing none of that ever again.
Yeah, you're lucky. You've been pulled down by waves. You told that story. You've been, beat up and not beat up. You've been fought in bars. You've been through some stuff. Close car accidents. I don't even think I've had close calls like you've had. You got more than 9 lives than a cat. Cat has 9 lives. You must have 10.
I hope not. All right, Paper Cut Tina, you be good.
All right. Thanks for talking. Bye.
Hey. Yeah, I mean, if you stop doing crazy things, you got chances of dying. If you was a cliff jumper or you like to wear them squirrel suits and jump out of airplanes, you got better chances of dying than me. But then again, you can't be scared to live either. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're scared to live, you're already dead. That's what they say. But there's only so much things I want to see. Like, I don't got to see the Titanic. Would it be cool to see the Titanic? Yeah, that'd probably be pretty cool, But is it worth taking a chance of my life to see the Titanic? Not really. Now, if they raised the Titanic and I could go to a museum and see the Titanic, I would. But I don't want to go see the Titanic on the bottom of the damn ocean. Just facts. And when you got all this money, you know, and like I said, as soon as I got up there and you had a damn controller in your hand that looked like from a video game, I'm getting off of that thing fast as I could. Two miles underwater, there is so much pressure, the vessel started to leak, it would crush it like a can. I know, but here's the thing is, the vessel's not been crushed, okay? The vessel can't be leaking, because if it was, they'd be dead by now, and they wouldn't hear no banging. They're hearing banging because they're still alive. Dolly.
Hey, what's going on, Dolly?
What's up? Who's this? Where you calling from?
This Will. I'm calling from Florida, originally from Ohio.
What's up, Will?
Man, I was just hearing what you were saying about them going down there to see the Titanic, but you could actually see better photos online because it's corroded so much. There's barely anything to see anymore. I heard in about 2030, it'll be completely gone.
Oh, just disintegrated and rusted apart.
Yeah, so who would pay all that money just to go down there and see barely nothing left?
Rich
Which I feel bad for the guys.
Rich people with too much money.
Exactly. And when I heard about it, my first reaction was it just crinkled like a soda can.
Yeah, did you see the controller that he was driving?
I definitely did. Like an old 1990 computer controller.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. That thing don't look very high tech.
Definitely not. They should have had more backup stuff.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's, you know, if something happens, they don't even have another ship there to go down, you know?
Yeah, and I was telling my exactly, and they should have had like a string or a chain to it. Just, you know,
yeah,
so they could pull it up.
Yeah, I don't understand why it wasn't tethered.
Exactly. If they lost power, they could have just pulled it back up with the crane system, and they would have been fine. It just was no security measures at all. Even the airbags, I don't know. They didn't have it done right. I guess they didn't want to put too much money into it. They were just trying to make as much money as they can.
Yeah, early in the test phase and of it, really, when you probably shouldn't have had passengers on it. You know, if you need money to build, they should have just had more people investing and build them a decent craft. It looked like they built some shit. That don't look like something somebody spent millions of dollars building.
Definitely not. I mean, the titanium was probably expensive, but you're right. Like the little fans that move it around and stuff probably wasn't much at all. And if they lost power, kind of sad that they couldn't have extra batteries to hook up inside or anything like that.
Yeah, the whole thing is they had no backup plan. I think that's the biggest deal, is no backup plan. If something happened, what do we do? They had nothing for that in place.
Exactly.
They were just like, oh, it's going to happen. Or if it does, we're just dead. Their backup plan was we die. That was their backup plan.
Exactly. And then if they wanted to get out, they can't even get out because it's bolted from the outside. So if they made it to the surface, they still can't get out of it.
Yeah, that's the same thing I said. It's bolted shut. You know, and if they can't breathe underwater, even if they made it to the surface, how do they get air in it then? Maybe there's something they can open from the inside. But if that was the case, then they take a chance of it leaking when they're underwater.
Exactly. Yeah. If they made it to the surface, they could still run out of oxygen.
But they're not on the surface because, you know, that they did hear noises banging coming from underneath the ocean.
Yeah. And that's sad because it could be miles and miles of ocean that they won't know exactly where it's at.
Now, it's like they didn't really go into how strong the currents or anything were. It seems like something that heavy, though, would fall straight to the fucking bottom as soon as it lost power.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how far could it be from where it initially launched? It don't seem like it'd be that far away. It seems like as soon as it lost power, that bitch dropped straight to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, well, what they say, they were an hour and 40 minutes down.
Yeah.
So they were pretty far down there.
Yeah, because the Titanic's 2 miles, and it takes 2 hours to get down to the Titanic. So they were almost to the Titanic when they lost communications. And I had a caller earlier say they thought they were taking that sub down into the Titanic, like where you could see in it. And they may have gotten stuck.
Yeah, in the past, a guy actually, I seen a news clip yesterday where he went down there and got stuck in the propeller, and they were stuck for a good minute, and they all thought they were going to die, but they luckily got unstuck from those propellers because they're really huge. And he was crying and getting emotional on the news.
And this was a dude that was down in the Titan?
It was another submersible vehicle. I forget what the guy's name is. He does BBC interviews.
Uh-huh.
But it came on yesterday, and he was explaining it, and he started crying because he almost lost his life doing the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's dangerous. You get stuck, man. There's nobody to come save you, or it's too far down for them to even attempt to save you. And you can't lose a bunch of lives trying to save a few lives either.
Oh man, definitely there, and no one can really save their life. Nothing can get down that far, and they're spending billions of dollars. And I was also saying, those life vests that people wear, and you pull the cord, and then it just inflates. I was saying they should have had those on the.
It would kill them though. It would if they
on the outside.
Oh, just in case they could pull it. But if it's stuck and they pulled it, it wouldn't come free. What if they're stuck on something?
Saying they might be stuck down on something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could be possible.
Yeah, I don't see why. The only reason I would think you wouldn't want to be tethered if they were getting so close that they could get caught up on stuff. But you shouldn't be getting that close. But I think you would have to get close to even see it because it's so dark underwater that deep.
Exactly.
There ain't no damn sunlight, so it's pitch black down there. So they got to have lights on that submersible to even see. So they're getting really close so they can see it. And you get that close, you could get hung up.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm saying you're better off looking at pictures online than looking at it out of a little window in the pitch blackness.
Yeah, I think you'll get a better view. And they'd already sent down unmanned stuff that filmed it all. So what's the big deal about seeing it? We've already seen it.
Exactly. I guess rich people don't know what to spend their money on.
Yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate you calling in.
Exactly, man. You have a good one. Nice talking to you.
You too. Peace.
Later.
Yeah, I mean, I would want to see the Titanic if you raised it and put it in a museum. You ain't putting me in no metal coffin and dropping me to the bottom of the ocean to see a damn ghost ship. There ain't nothing there, you know what I'm saying? Darling.
Hey, Jeremy, it's Don Gator. I was calling in to talk to you about the journalist that they interviewed, that the guy previously that called was talking about. Do you want me to email you the interview so that you can play it, or I can just tell you kind of what he said?
Yeah, tell me what he said, and you can email it to me or send it to my Facebook.
He's a journalist, and he is afraid of going underwater. However, he was given this job, I forgot what you call it, and he's not gonna say no because that's his job. He's not gonna turn down. So he went, and when they got down there, you were talking about the currents and how the mechanism is kind of so big that the current wouldn't move it. Well, that's actually what happened when they got down there. They were trying to slow down to get to the Titanic. The current came and pushed, and when it pushed them, he noticed that they were going faster, and that's what happened instead of slowing down, and they did get stuck in the propeller. And it took them like an hour to get undone finally, and dude thought he was going to die right there. And he said that when they got out of the propeller, just big chunks of debris from the Titanic was just like falling all around them and on them and stuff. So there's no telling if they're stuck inside, if debris got, if they got caught up in debris, or they, just never made it down there.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
send that over to me.
I'll email it to you. Okay, I'll email it to you right now.
All right, peace.
Okay, bye.
So that's crazy. They've already had one situation down there where they done got stuck on the Titanic. Most likely they will freeze to death, then lose air. Well, they only got 16 hours of air. I doubt they freeze to death in 39-degree temperatures inside of something. But air is the biggest thing. They have 16 hours of air, and that's in normal conditions. If they're panicking, they're breathing heavier, that would be less air. At the point that they're at, I don't see any way in 16 hours that they're going to get down to the Titanic and save these people. I just don't. I hate to say that. I just don't. We're going to be hearing a whole lot of different shit tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of more doom and gloom on people's faces tomorrow. That's for sure. Dolly.
Hey, it's Lolly from Texas.
Hey, how's it going?
Going pretty good. I was just going to tell you, I don't know if it's already been mentioned or not, but the man and his son had previously put on their Facebook pages and their Instagram accounts. There was Friday and Saturday that both days they tried to go out, but the weather was bad, and they decided to go for it on Sunday.
Yeah, I had heard that they were fighting weather. As a matter of fact, that dude that went out from the Simpsons, I heard that when he went out, the weather was bad. There was actually a hurricane or something on top of them while they were underwater.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. And I also heard they had one bottle of water each and one sandwich because they didn't want no one to have to go to the bathroom before they could come back up.
Okay. So, but they're going to survive off a bottle of water, and, they're more like they need air more than anything.
Right.
The food, they can go ways without water, they can go days without, but air, they ain't going but a few minutes without air.
Exactly. But I just think the best thing anybody could do is pray, because I don't think anybody's going to get to them in time.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I know it's horrible to say, but
it is. It's sad.
Yeah, but it's just the truth. They put themselves in a really bad situation that people can't get to,
Right. And, I would think that if somebody was making something like this, that they would have some kind of buoy escape mechanism that would immediately pull them back to the top.
Yeah.
Because this is dangerous.
Super dangerous.
Yeah, because you can get lost in, I think somebody yesterday had said that a vehicle going down that far with current loses power, loses communication, can get lost within 4 seconds. And be swept away. Yeah. And that's you can't just, it's not like you're going on a road, driving down the road looking for a car.
Where they're hearing the banging is not where they launched at. It's a ways away from that. So they have moved if the people are right and the noise is right. They're not where they were.
Yeah.
So if they're not at the wreckage of the Titanic, then likely they're not stuck.
True.
Maybe.
Yeah, because the noise isn't close to the Titanic, is it?
No, they're not at the launch site. So I'm thinking that maybe they're somewhere else and they've drifted off course and lost power, and they're just sitting at the bottom of the damn ocean somewhere.
Yeah. And I also wonder how that cold water is affecting them as well. If there's no power, there's no heat. So can that lead to hypothermia?
39 degrees. That's pretty cold.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they use, depending on how they're dressed inside of that too.
Right. Yeah.
So they might know, hey, these temperatures are cold and these depths, dress warm.
Maybe so.
So.
But there are so many scenarios that everybody could play out, but we'll never know, just like the Challenger explosion. this is going to be a learning experience.
I agree. I definitely agree. So,
unfortunately, lives will be at cost, but they knew the risk when they went up in the sky, and they knew the risk when they went under the water.
It's indicated they've covered 10.
Yeah, I agree. They signed the waivers, and they got.
Yeah.
They got to do.
But you know, you really don't think, oh, it's going to happen to me. But my first clue would be, you're using a game controller. No, thanks, I'm out.
Yeah. I would think you would step onto like a high-tech nuclear submarine to go and see it, not some fucking shit made in somebody's backyard.
No joke.
So
no joke.
It literally looks like something made in somebody's backyard.
It does. It really does. And the window to look out, everybody would have to take a turn. It looks so small.
Yeah.
You couldn't get very many people in there, but
yeah, and
I don't know.
That's probably what they were doing. But look, hey, probably. I appreciate you calling.
Yeah. Have a good day.
All right. Peace.
All right. Bye.
All right. Jump over to this video real quick, guys. Let me close the phone line for a minute. And we're going to jump over to this video. Hold on. Let me make sure I got it queued up here.
You were on one of those subs. I watched the story you did for CBS this morning. I almost had a panic attack watching you get into that thing. It's so small. How big is it, and how long were you told you could survive in it?
It's about the size of a minivan, but it's a cylinder, so it holds 5 people. There's no chairs. There's no couches. You are sitting on the floor with your back against the curved sides.
Oh, damn.
I'm sure you've heard.
You hear that? There's no chairs. You're just in a fucking metal cylinder. They're just literally in a metal tube in the bottom of the ocean. You gotta be shitting me. No chairs, no nothing. Holy shit, Batman.
There's 4 days worth of air. There's 3 different systems. There's as your previous guest referred to, there's a scrubber, the same ones they have in spacecraft, that converts the carbon dioxide you breathe out back into oxygen. If that fails, there are these, they look like fly strips. You hang them from the ceiling, that they're backup scrubbers. And if that fails, they have scuba tanks, oxygen tanks, under the floor of this thing that you can pull out. But there's no food and water apart from the one sandwich and the one water bottle you bring with you. All there is by way of a toilet is basically a big Ziploc bag.
Oh my gosh. All right. At one point when you were on the sub, you lost communication with the mothership on the surface, only for about 2.5 hours, right? And what did you do when you lost communication? Did you just drift around, or what happened?
I should be clear on this. So they never lost contact with the sub. There's a ship on the surface that can send short text messages down to the sub beneath the sea. There's no GPS underwater. There's no radio underwater. So all they can do is send these little text messages. The submersible does not know where it is relative to the Titanic. It might be right over there. It might be right over there. They can't see anything. There's no windows except a tiny round porthole at one end.
The hell with that. You hear this? You hear this craziness? They in a metal cylinder, no seats. There's that one damn hole. They do seem like they have a lot of backup oxygen sources, which is good to hear. Okay, that is absolutely good to hear that they have tanks and other things of that nature, which I don't know how long that's going to last. But at least they do have some type of plan for air.
So up on the ship, the control room looks down and says, it's off to your right by 100 yards. They direct the sub. So what happened for a few hours last summer was during one of these dives, the ship on the surface was giving directions to the submersible on the seafloor that were wrong. Something went wrong with the directional system, and they spent the whole day looking for this Titanic, never found it. And so these passengers who'd paid $250,000 a head had to come back to the surface having seen nothing.
So I got to get your reaction.
Wow. Wow. That is why people would do that. $250,000. They have no clue, no directions. When they lost communication with the top boat, they have no clue to where they're going. They don't know where the Titanic even is at. Holy shit. They're literally floating around in the dark getting directions from the top. So when they lost communications, there's no way for them to know where they're at. Why didn't they just surface immediately? Once you lost communication, why wouldn't you just surface? Hey, we don't know our location. We don't know where the Titanic's at. Why wouldn't you just surface the boat? The sub, why wouldn't you surface? As soon as you lost communication, hey, we're having problems. We're having technical difficulties. We're going to surface. We're going to get this handled. We'll reschedule this trip. Why would you continue to go down there not knowing where you're at? In the dark, driving around with a damn controller. Oh my Jesus.
Reaction when you hear that they've lost this sub, that they lost control and communication of it after an hour and 45 minutes into the descent, which I think that's about how long it takes to get down there, or no?
That would be about halfway down, 2/3 of the way down.
2/3 of the way down. And then by 9 p.m. Sunday night, at launch Sunday morning, they reported it missing. What do you imagine is happening on board?
Panic.
So first of all,
aside from panic, I mean, I just can't,
Yeah. This is the only submersible in the world still operating that can go to the Titanic. So it is a one-off. It is a one of a kind. There's not, it's not like an iPhone made by the thousands. There's one of it made by this one man who's had experience building airplanes and submarines, Stockton Rush. He runs the company. And so, going in that, it's not going to be Delta Airlines level safety.
Okay. So there, like you said, there's one ship that can go this deep. It's a one-off. It's made by this man that is on the ship, piloting the ship. If shit goes wrong, it's a wrap.
You sign a waiver. It says, these are all the different ways I could die. I mean, they outline it for you. So
they outline, you could suffocate, you could drown, this shit could implode. I mean, I'm sure they let you know.
There's so many mechanical problems and weather delays. I mean, on my dive to the Titanic, we only got 37 feet down when there was a mechanical problem and we had to come back up to the surface. And that's typical. I mean, they take tourists out for a week at a time. And so far this summer, they've barely made it to the Titanic even once, even though during each week they have 5 potential days to dive. So you are well aware that there's an improvised quality, there's a dangerous quality, that it's something that is not made for consumers.
Is there a way, you said there, is there a way to radio for help if you're on that sub?
There's no way to radio for help. Radio waves don't travel underwater. So there are 2 systems of communicating with the submersible. One is every 15 minutes, it sends out a ping, an audio ping. Sound waves travel live. They could send little text messages, short text messages that say, usually, the Titanic is 100 yards to your right, kind of thing. They've lost both the signals. That's not what happened last summer. This is really terrifying. And you think of it, there could only be 1 or 2 things that have happened. So power went out, and they could send pings and texts, maybe into the surface or bobbing away someplace. I will say, 7 redundant ways to get to the surface. They have 3 different kinds of weights they can drop. They have propellers that push them up. They have airbags they can inflate 7 different ways, and several of them work even if the power is gone. So if they are alive, they should have been able to get to the surface using one of these methods. Unless one of 2 bad things have happened. One is that they got snagged on something, maybe one of those ghost nets, the big fishing nets that fishermen cut loose, or maybe a piece of the Titanic, or the worst case scenario is that there was a leak in the pressure vessel, and that would be an instantaneous implosion.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com.
Boom. That's just scary to even think about, that the thing could just implode. But he gave this interview, but not knowing there's banging going on underneath the water. Okay, that is the good thing that is going on right now, that they have heard something underneath the water. It's not directly where they launched at. It's a little ways off. But like the Coast Guard, the people said that they were searching that area and the launch area. But the good news is they are searching where they heard the noise. Bad news is, are they going to be able to get anything there in time? All right. I'm going to open the phone lines back up now. Give me 1 second. All right. The phone lines are now back open. And so they have 7 ways to surface unless they're stuck. Okay. That's crazy. Jimmy, I sent you another email with another interview. All right, give me 1 second. Gator. Dolly.
Hey, it's Stone Gator again. Check your email. I sent you another interview with him. The first one I sent you is him describing the submersible, and the second one is him describing his trip down there.
Okay.
All right. The one I just sent you. If you want to play it. All right, bye.
All right, peace. All right, so y'all want to hear him describe? All right, hold on. Let me see if I can unmute this. Give me a second. Let me get it loaded up. It's an ad right this second. How would you even get insurance? A sub sank 15 feet. They rescued one survivor trapped for 3 days. It took 84 hours to rescue. 12 minutes of oxygen left. Oh, that would be cool if they did that. Okay, where's the other interview at?
I'm just Ruby Gilman, normal teenager.
We're still on for our tutoring session later.
Anything for my algebra?
What now?
On our 6th day at sea, the weather cleared. The dive was a go.
Titan sitting at 3742 meters, reports on bottom.
But that was the last of the good news.
And I said, do you know where we are? 100 meters to the bow, then 470 to the bow. If you are lost, so are we.
There's no GPS underwater. So the surface ship is supposed to guide the sub to the shipwreck by sending text messages.
Turn 30 degrees right?
Probably, 30 degrees.
But on this dive, communication somehow broke down. The sub never found the wreck.
We were lost. We were lost for 2.5 hours.
Rush says he'll offer those passengers a free do-over next year. And that's just one cost of doing this business.
Are you making money on this operation?
No. So not yet. People might say, hey, that's a lot of money, $250,000. But we went through over $1 million of gas.
It was our last day at sea. There was one last chance to reach
$1 million in gas?
And this time, good weather and good fortune were aligned.
Slow down, it's just in front of us. Just we are in front of the anchor.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, here's the bow, guys.
Yeah.
You guys see it?
Look at that, though, how it just kind of emerges out. Yeah. That is it. That is out of world.
And there it was, the famous bow, the ship's wheel pedestal, and memorial plaques from old expeditions. The bollards that once secured the ship in port, and the davits that lowered the lifeboats. The hole where a huge smokestack once stood.
Damn.
And the skylight over the radio room that sent out distress signals. Now, Titanic tourism has its detractors, but these expeditions don't disturb the wreck or retrieve artifacts. And Stockton Rush says that they're valuable to history.
At some point, there will be no Titanic. It will be eaten by the bacteria. It'll be an artificial reef that doesn't look like the Titanic.
Renata Rojas would agree. After 30 years of trying, she finally got to see the most famous shipwreck in the world.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I got the wreck. I'm worth 25 meters.
Oh, fantastic.
Stockton Rush plans to return to the wreck this coming summer. Until then, the Titanic will once again be alone.
Damn. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you're just basically in a little vessel tube with one little window hole. That'd still be scary. I wouldn't want to get in it. You know, I can understand that people wanted to see it, like that lady. She always wanted to see the Titanic. She was moved by it and shit like that. And that would probably be beautiful to see under the water. But yeah, I ain't doing that shit. Who would insure that? I don't know. I don't think there's no insurance on it. This should be something like, yeah, if you want to risk your life, go do it. But you shouldn't be charging people to go die with you. Okay? If you want to go build something and you test it, because to me, this seems like this is in the testing phases, and it probably shouldn't have people on it. You know, and like, there's some places you shouldn't go. Like, I don't think people should go to the moon. Like, and not till it's safe. You know, like the first adventures to something, you know, you got to get that worked out, all the bugs, all those things, just to go out there and possibly take a chance and something go wrong and be dead. I saw somewhere that they knew death was a possibility. Yes, they knew death was a possibility. It was on the contract they signed when they got on. They signed a paper, you know, saying they knew the consequences if something was to happen. And even the dude that went on it said they highlighted, they explained every possible way you could die, and they still chose to go on it. So, you know, you play with your life. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Like that girl took a chance. She got to see something nobody else will probably ever get to see, you know. But also, she's lucky to be alive. Okay? I bet she feels lucky to be alive now that nothing went bad on her trip. Okay? That just seems really scary to me. And that there's nothing inside. You're just in a big steel tube. That somebody got a laptop and a damn Nintendo controller. Just heard they cheaped out on the window. It wasn't not strong enough. It was not certified for that depth. I don't know. I don't know if that's true because they were just in the ship at that depth, you know, looking at the Titanic. So the thing has been to the Titanic, RIP to the 5 people. Well, it's not RIP yet. We're not going to count them out until it's over. Okay. We definitely ain't going to do that. Because there is the possibility that somebody could save them. I think that's highly unlikely, but there's always that possibility. The one man was sitting in his socks, relaxing. I mean, look, you see the people down there, they're real calm. But I guarantee when things went wrong, they wasn't that calm. This boat was supposed to surface. So whatever's going on under there, these people are panicking. They're beating on the container. These machines, these sonars, they're picking that up. Okay. They're saying, well, we're analyzing. They know there ain't nothing else beating under that water, but these trapped people. Right now, what are we looking at? 15, 16 hours of air at the most. Okay. It's not good. And panicking. So they're breathing heavier. Dolly.
Hi, Jimmy. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Who's this? Where you calling from?
Michelle, I'm from Nova Scotia. Well, I live in Nova Scotia, but I'm from Newfoundland.
Okay.
And,
How's it going?
oh, pretty good. I've been following this since Sunday afternoon, and man, I'm telling you, I hope nobody is listening that has family and friends. They're not going to get these people.
I don't think so either. Just to be honest, I don't think they're getting them. They don't have enough time. You know,
and exactly. And even if they were on the surface, I mean, to be able to rescue them, I mean, those waters, it's a grave site for a reason. The Ocean Ranger went down. That was a stationary oil drilling rig. The Ocean Ranger went down in 1982, and they weren't able to rescue anyone.
Yeah.
It's so brutal out there. The weather. I mean, locals, we don't play in those waters.
And you can't chance losing a bunch of lives trying to save lives either. You know, that's the bad thing. You know, put
all the
people
money
in
in the
danger.
world is not going to help these people now. All their money is not going to be able to save them because, you know, like you were saying, this is in the exploratory phases. And I know they're trying to raise money to explore. However, I mean, they have their lives written, you know, signed off to do this. And that individual that took his boy with him, I mean, what a sin.
Yeah, it's
you can. I mean, even if they were on the surface, to be able to rescue them with the winds and the currents and the waves, it is atrocious. People don't realize how treacherous these waters are. I mean, you think about it, it's over 2 miles down. Just imagine what's going on the surface.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's deep as shit.
Yeah.
Our subs don't even travel that deep.
No. And like you say, they didn't have a backup to be able to go down to those depths to recover them if need be. You know, so what do you do? And furthermore, the communication when you get down that far, just because you lose communication doesn't necessarily mean it's an emergency right from the get-go, because it's so hard to communicate. And furthermore, the ocean makes noises, and they're not confirming that was by them. It could be all sorts of things.
Yeah, they said a ship, a passing ship, or you know, I'm like, I don't know, but in a general area, you're hearing that stuff, and you would know there ain't no passing ships. You're still hearing something banging.
Yes, I mean they did do a rescue a little while back there, and they only had 12 minutes of air left.
What depth though?
I think they got them from the surface.
Yeah, I mean,
even to get them from the surface is oh man.
Like we can't send if they're tangled, we can't send somebody down there to untangle them. We don't have nothing that does any untangling.
That's why they're sending some equipment. I don't know if it's from France or from where it is to go there. I mean, that should have already been in place in the event of an emergency.
Yeah, but you didn't know. They don't know when they're going because their dive is over a summer. They could go this day. They could go that. It ain't like they got the French team waiting for these people to fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
No, but the company themselves should have something in place.
I know. That's the terrible thing. They didn't. They had.
No.
They thought their airbags and stuff would, if something went wrong, they could surface that damn thing. But they didn't think about being hung up.
No. And not to mention, one individual that I've seen that had previously gone down, I think last year, he was saying that when he seen the pipes and the parts of it, you'd get at your home hardware, he was scared to death. And I mean, they talked him down, but I mean, he said looking at it, it looked, rinky-dink. So.
Yeah, it looks like when you look at it, it looks like some hoses and running here, and it don't even look well designed.
No, and they were saying that the parts were just local. You get at the hardware, get in your town, but because they were local, they were proven to be, but they weren't proven to go down 2 miles underneath, in the water.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyways, I mean, I've been listening to it and different podcasts, and there's only one I've heard that's really the guy has come right out and he's spoken. I mean, of course, I'm hoping, but it's not good. It wasn't good on Sunday.
It wasn't good when they decided to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's probably not a good plan.
Pay me enough to go. You, let alone pay them. I would not. It's like being buried under, alive.
Yeah, and that's the scariest thing in the world. What's more scary than being trapped somewhere?
You got that. No sirree. And furthermore, I mean, I went to IMAX and seeing the Titanic, in 3D, and that's better than what these individuals would get to experience.
Yeah.
They got one little window, so they're going to be watching it on the screen anyway.
Some people got too much money for their own good.
I was at the salon on Monday, and I said, "Stupid money." It's awful to say, but man, you're just pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
The envelope.
Yeah.
And all the money in the world now can't save them, and that's probably why so many, different entities are going there, because I guarantee you, I mean, like I said, I'm from Newfoundland, and we don't.
Do you think? Yeah,
we don't do it.
We don't
do that crap.
I don't think they're going to make it. But do you think they're even going to recover this submarine ever?
Unless it's disintegrated and it rises to the surface. I mean, they already found one rectangle piece. So, I mean, it could have sprung a leak and then just, imploded. But if they're alive, what a way to go. What a way to go.
Yeah, that would suck.
That's another movie.
Yeah. The Curse of the Titanic. You did good.
You as well. It's good to be listening to you. Good. Again, I'm glad to be back.
All right. Peace.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. So, yeah, that would be, if it exploded and it crushed them. Listen, honestly, I would rather be imploded than suffocated. Okay. If they're going to meet their demise, I pray that it's something quick and painless for the people that are on there. I don't want anybody to have to suffer, to meet their maker. That kind of sucks. So if they're going to meet their maker, I hope it was something swiftly, and it's not something where they're trapped on the bottom of the ocean and these people are slowly suffocating to death. And we don't know exactly where they're at. We don't have the capability right now. They're talking 20 to 24 hours to get stuff into place to even search. It doesn't look good. They got 15 hours of air left or something of that nature. When we started, they had 20 hours, 17 hours or something. So it's getting down. It's getting down there low. And we heard the guy say, look, there's going to come a time where we got to talk to the family. To be honest with you, I think that time is now. If I would be on the phone with the family, definitely saying, look, you know what I'm saying? We're still doing our best, but we don't even have the equipment in place. I hope they rush everything. They say that the Navy's helping them, and that's a good thing. Miracles happen. And this is a situation. If these people survive it, it's going to be a miracle. And to commercialize this stuff, I think they should learn from this, not only in the water, but into this whole, Tesla, let's send man into lower Earth orbit. Let's let people go up into space and shit like that. It's too dangerous. Okay. It is absolutely too dangerous. Yes, we're getting better technologies to do things like this, but to me, it's still in the testing phases of it. Okay. Just because we've had one rocket go up and it's a success, don't mean that every rocket that goes up is going to be a success. Okay. Just because that sub was able to go to the Titanic, don't mean the next time it goes, it's going to make it to the Titanic. There should be long testing phases of these things. When we start commercializing things where, like even the airlines, the Wright brothers, you couldn't just fly an airplane in the beginning. They had to make sure that shit worked and people wouldn't die on every fucking plane they got on. It takes time. And like things like this, like if it looked like it was built in your backyard and you got to do something. If I walked up, okay, like Dolly's scared to fly here recently, I'll fly now. But if I walked up to the plane and it looked like it was something built in my backyard, I would have never got on a plane. Okay. I walked up to a nice ass, big, huge jet. You know what I'm saying? It looked nice. It sounded good running. It made it less scary. I'm like, okay, this plane has done flew all over the damn country, tried, tested. You know what I'm saying? If I go down, I just got bad luck. I can see that. But to walk up to something like that is insane. It's literally insane. If I had $250,000, I could build something better than that, I think. He said $1 million in gas. What gas, dude? It's a damn capsule. Can you do a poll? What type of poll? Dolly.
Dolly there?
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, are you still taking discussion topics, questions about the submarine?
Yeah. We're still live.
Like, maybe you already talked about this. I joined a little late. I'm sorry. But how come they've got one little satellite on the outside of the submarine, and if that gets damaged, there's no way to ping the vehicle? Like, how come there's not, like, battery backed up, like GPS or sonar or something else? I mean, you've got billionaires on board, and you're telling me the power goes out and there's no way, they're just looking in the dark 2 miles down in the ocean?
That's what it sounds like, because they had so many things to make it surface. I think they were banking on, if something goes wrong, we will surface, because the last dude that went out on it, he said they had to surface after 36 minutes and they didn't even make it down. Then they went the next day. But their plan, if something goes wrong, they have 7 ways to make that thing surface. So he's thinking it may have gotten caught up on something or imploded.
Gotcha.
Sprung a leak, and that much pressure, that much water pressure will crush that thing like a tin can.
Yeah, that too. Yep. I heard it might get entangled, but like, okay, so you're going to send 7 different departments looking for it down there in the pitch black. I mean,
they can't get to it.
Needle in a haystack.
They can look for it. They can look for it all they want. Once they find it, well, how are they going to get it out?
I heard that too. You need some kind of crane. I mean, I didn't realize it was that heavy. I mean, you're not going to get a crane with 2 miles of cable real fast to pull it up yet,
That's what I'm saying. The time it would take for them to do it is not saving them. Can they recover it? Possibly they can recover it. They tried to pull up the Titanic. Can they do it in 16 hours? I would say they can't.
Now, I'll give you a good and the bad. The good is, I bet you they're already planning on how to pull it up if they find it. The bad is, I don't think they plan to pull it up. I don't think they planned for it getting stuck down there in the first place.
Here's one good news I got, though, that I just learned, is that they have air scrubbers, so it helps to, when they're breathing out, turn it back into oxygen. So maybe they have some air tanks underneath in there. So maybe they have a little bit more air than we think. So it may buy them a little bit more time that they got to survive underneath that water.
That's tough. Hey, I love your channel. Thanks for taking my call.
Not a problem, bro. Take it easy.
All right, buddy.
So they may have a little more time than we're giving them credit for. You know how I keep chipping down at their time, but we heard him say there's air scrubbers, there's some other oxygen tanks aboard. Now, we don't know how long that oxygen will last. I'm assuming they're scuba tanks. Scuba tanks usually don't hold days of air. They usually hold a couple hours of air. It usually ain't days and days of air. So they're running out of time. put a poll up to see if I think they're alive or not. Okay, hold on. I will put up a poll. Give me 1 second. How do I do it? Engage your audience. Start a poll. Okay, ask questions. Okay. Are they dead or alive? Yes for dead, no for not alive. Okay. Ask community. There we go. There's the poll. And I posted that poll on the Dolly's True Crime. I didn't post that on Dolly Vision. So if you're watching on Dolly Vision, the poll is on Dolly's True Crime. Okay. Because I am streaming on both channels. There's like 400 of you on Dolly's True Crime. And I think there's like 300 or so on Dolly Vision. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly. I really do. This is Dawn from Texas, the Crackman Turtle. I think they're alive, but I think they're on a very limited time. I think that's why I bring the intermittent banging every 30 minutes. I think that's definitely something that somebody's alive down there. I don't know if they're all alive, one of them's alive, whatever.
I think they're alive too.
I did hear that just a while ago on WFLA that the French are sending a ship that is like it's like the best of the best when it comes to like recovering things from the bottom.
Yeah.
And everything.
How long does it take that ship to get there?
They're going to be
48 hours.
They're going to be here tomorrow morning, so they're not going to have much time at all.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, they might find it, but it's the recovery that's going to be the issue, because if it takes 2 hours to get down under normal circumstances, there's no telling what's going on, why it won't resurface. So what takes 2 hours to go down might take 20 to come back up.
Yeah, and they're hung up on something. If they can't surface with 7 ways to surface on that ship, they're caught on something. And
they're caught on something like there was just catastrophic failure all the way around.
Yeah, poor people, man.
It's sad.
And they're alive right now. That's the bad thing. And they know, they probably in their mind know they're not going to make it. You know, just like we know they're not going to make it on top of the water, they probably really know underneath the water they're not going to make it. I mean,
that's got to be a scary thing. Like,
never put yourself in a situation like that. You know, if you were going to go on, do things that people can rescue you from, you know, like if something does go, people can help you. When you start doing things where there's no way for people to help you, then this has never been done before. Nobody's never tried to go in a sub that deep with passengers on it.
Right. I mean, they need to.
I mean, they've done it before, but I mean, they've done it, never done it, and something bad has happened like this, is what I'm trying.
They've never had a thing where they said, okay, it's sunk, and then have that, you know, recreation of like, okay, we need to surface this before, like, have all the, you know, systems out, and like, what is our plan?
I bet you that historian that's on that thing is F the Titanic at this point. I bet you he won't never look at the Titanic ever again if he makes it.
Exactly. That, I mean,
after that, I would have PTSD if I made it off that thing, and would never. You said Titanic, I would run.
I wouldn't even want to take a bath after that.
So
I wouldn't want to be nowhere near water if that would happen to me. I'm sorry. That's crazy. But I mean, I just pray that they're found alive. I pray that there's by some miracle, somebody will save it, you know, be able to save it.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate you calling.
Thanks, Dolly. Bye.
Right, peace. Did I mess up the poll? Did I type something crazy in there? Let's see. What did I what did my poll even say? I don't remember. Are they dead or alive? Yes, no. So a lot of people think they're alive. That's what I think. I think they're alive. I think they're trapped. You know, I think it wasn't a big deal when they lost communication, because they've lost communication before. So they figured they might eventually pick up communication, and maybe that's why they didn't surface and they kept going. And when they kept going, they must have got hung up on something. And them getting hung up, now they're trapped. No means alive. Okay. A lot of people think they're dead. Then who is beating on things underneath the water? I think they're alive. I'm pretty sure they're alive. But they ain't going to be alive this time tomorrow if they don't make some major moves soon. Okay, if they don't make some major moves soon, these people ain't going to be here. And, you know, they're bringing in the recovery team, right? But if even at the press conference, they were acting like air wasn't important. Let me tell you, when you're underwater and you trapped, air is the most important thing you can have. But they did say there's scrubbers. There is extra tanks. So if they can hold out, if they had one extra day, I would have more faith. Okay. And the way things sound, if they control their breathing, they start meditating, stay calm. Okay. That's the most main thing. Because like I said, if you start to panic, you start to breathe heavy, you're going to be taking in more air. And so hopefully they're able to keep enough air in there to at least keep them alive. Angie Gibson says, I think they're still alive. I agree. Something's banging around. You think that were a situation like that, they finally come out to accept that those circumstances, alive but near death, no water for 3 days. Okay, well, they had one bottle of water with them in a sandwich. And when the guy came up there, on board the ship is some water and some rations. Okay, I heard that in the press conference earlier. So I don't think we got to worry about them. I don't think we have to worry about them starving to death or thirsting to death. I think what we really got to worry about is they have 16 hours of oxygen left. And after that, we don't know how long they're going to make it. Okay, we don't know how long the backup is that they have up there. We don't know how much oxygen their air scrubbers are going to put out. But definitely they are in trouble. And think about this. If they can rescue them, it will be incredible. Do I think they're going to be rescued by tomorrow morning? No, I don't. Now, if the air holds up and they got an extra day, I think they could possibly be rescued. But if they're hung up, they're done. If they're stuck on something, there's going to be no way we're going to be able to get them free. Because there's no diver that can go down there and get them unstuck. Let's see. What happens to their bodies if it didn't implode? I don't know. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
What's up, Map?
Not much. Just eating some Fruit Loops.
Oh, I hear that.
Yeah, so I think you might be misinterpreting the CO2 scrubber situation.
Okay, what's
that scrubs the CO2 out of the atmosphere, but it doesn't create any more oxygen.
Oh.
It just takes the CO2 that they're putting out of their mouths.
So they don't get
chemicals.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so they don't get no more oxygen. But what about the oxygen tanks they did say they had on board, the scuba tanks?
That's probably where their oxygen source is coming from.
Is them scuba tanks?
Yeah.
Oh, so they're doomed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doomed. I mean, I knew they were doomed anyway. But I mean,
And I'd charge that son of a bitch who built this sub for all the millions and millions of dollars they're going to spend looking for this thing.
Well, he's gonna be dead. He ain't gonna have to
The
pay
owner
it.
of the company's in there?
Yeah,
Well, damn.
that's what I'm hearing. Is he's pilot? He's the pilot of the damn thing.
Well, that's not good.
Well,
the company still exists.
Well, the company still exists, but he ain't. You ain't suing him. That's why he ain't worried about it.
I thought they had more than one of those subs.
That's the thing. He didn't ever have to worry about getting sued because he knew if everything failed, he was dying anyway. You know what I'm saying? Why worry about lawsuits? You ain't got to worry about it. I die.
There's only one of those subs, period.
One in the world that can go that deep, and he created it.
You think they would have made two at least? One's a backup.
Yeah, one's a backup, but no, just that one. That one is missing, and I don't think they should ever do this again until this is like not in homemade shit.
Most of it's carbon fiber, right? They twisted a bunch of 5 inches of carbon fiber on that thing. And then
they were saying parts of it looked like it was from Home Depot.
You know, the parts on the inside, the controller and all that. But what if that thing ran out of battery or, a little chip died in it? You're going to put all of your navigation on that little ass controller?
Well, it had laptops. It was hooked to some type of laptop also. You can see they had computers in it, laptop computers.
I would have had some kind of actual wired steering on it. And I would have had sonar so I could detect where the ship was myself and where I was, in relation to other things that might get snagged on.
You would think they would have some type of sonar so they would have some type of visibility outside of that craft, but they don't. It's just in the dark.
To take text from the ship on top that says, turn 37 degrees left or.
Yeah, that is insane. So you're basically in the dark. You have no clue to where you're even at in the water, what direction you're going in the water, nothing.
I guess they go down in spirals, little circles all the way to get to the bottom.
I mean, it just they're lost at sea somewhere.
But they lost power in the water column, and they drifted miles from where they.
But why not surface? As soon as you start having problems, why not surface?
Power could have gone out, and then they're.
Yeah, but he said there's deployable airbags and everything from inside.
Those airbags may have imploded or something too, or something. I don't know.
Huh? I don't know. We're gonna find out, I guess, when they pull this wreckage out in about 2 months.
Yeah.
Because they ain't gonna pull it out quick. This ain't gonna be something they do quick.
No, it's gonna take a hell of a long time to even find it.
That's what I'm saying.
They may never find it.
And they may never find it. He said that today too. He said, right now we like to be hopeful, but this is something you may not never find out there.
You shouldn't maybe wash up on a beach somewhere in 5 years.
That would be crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You look in the window, there's a bunch of skeletons in there.
They probably wouldn't.
Xbox controller.
They wouldn't decay too quickly if there's no oxygen in there, right?
And at the temperatures, I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I don't know how your body decays in cold and no air, and
It doesn't. The mummies are well preserved because it's dry and there's no oxygen down there, pretty much, because they're wrapped. But if you're in the freezing conditions and there's no oxygen, it'll be preserved for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's kind of not good to think about.
Yeah, hopefully that like they recover these people, but like I said, if all they're talking about the equipment ain't gonna be there for 20 to 48 hours. I'm thinking these people got 16 hours of oxygen. The math, I ain't a great math person, but that sounds like they're dying.
Yeah.
Especially,
they should have some kind of a drug, that if this thing happened, that they could put everybody to sleep except the one guy.
Oh, to slow down the breathing?
Yeah.
That would be smart. That would absolutely be smart. The panic is what's going to do them in.
They wouldn't need, to drink or eat because they'd be kind of
comatose.
Yeah.
Or what about if somebody's over there breathing heavy? Do you kill those people?
Choke them out.
I mean, because you think about it, if you got enough air for 16 hours with 6 people, if I kill y'all, I got 6 days worth of air.
Yeah, but you're up for murder charges if they save you.
Not at that point, because I would say, hey, at this point, it's every man for itself and it's survival. You couldn't charge me with murder. You couldn't.
Man.
If we was in a situation where we were all going to die and only one of us could live, and I was the one to live, you couldn't charge me with murder for what I did.
So you're saying if we all landed on a plane crash in the Amazon and you just started killing people?
I mean, if I was hungry and I had to eat somebody and you was the only person there to eat, Mab, and I ate you, I don't think they would charge me with murder.
There's plenty to eat in the Amazon, though, without killing anyone.
I'm just saying, if we crashed on a frozen mountain somewhere and it went but me and you, and I ate you, I don't think they would charge me with murder.
I'd whip your ass and eat you first.
That's what I'm saying. It would come into one of them situations where it was survival and you had to do whatever had to be done to survive, I would think. So, I mean, you off to other people and wait for them to save you.
This is getting morbid, darling.
I know. I'm just saying. That's what I would be thinking if I was down there. I'd be thinking, okay, it's going to take them a couple days to get a boat here. And we got all these people breathing. Some of them got to stop breathing.
Yeah.
And how you get people to stop breathing?
Put them on drugs.
No. You put them on the
ice slab.
You got to do something. That's when you start putting people in the headlock. You know what I'm saying? So we start headlocking people up in there.
Mate, Cyril's getting soggy.
But how long would it take somebody down there already to lose their mind? I'd have lost my mind the first night.
Could be just one day.
I mean,
kids probably going, what the fuck? I never thought I was going to die. I'm only 19, damn it.
I know.
I'd be beating on my dad, trying to get him to stop breathing, for making me go with him.
Okay, and Mr. Michigan said, at Mab, Dolly is bite-sized. You wouldn't live long munching on Dolly. I got a little chunk somewhere, maybe. Skinny as shit.
My cereal's getting soggy. I got to finish my Fruit Loops.
All right, Mab, you be good.
Peace, brother.
Peace. You're right. I'm pretty skinny. You wouldn't last long chewing on me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I don't think they would charge you with murder. If you're like, okay, look, we were all going to die. Somebody had to stop because they were breathing too much. And the thing about this is, I think you would pass out before you died, right? Lack of oxygen. I think you're slowly going to pass out and then you're going to die. So if they do die in there, I mean, the misery right now is the fear and the scare, but I mean, the death part, they'll probably pass out first, you know? So it ain't like it's going to be super painful, but we can still pray for, till tomorrow that they recover these people and pull them out of this, this coffin death trap at the bottom of the damn ocean 2 miles deep, which I can't think of a time in history this has ever been done. So I don't know. Don't want to see anything bad. Yeah, you faint out. That's what I would think too. That you would get, start to get lightheaded and then you would just fall out and then you would slowly, I would think you would lose consciousness first. I don't think you just drop dead like in the movies. Yep, mummified and trapped at the bottom of the ocean. Definitely not a way that Dolly wants to go, and I don't think I know anybody that would want to do that. I don't really think I don't know. I got some crazy friends. I was like, if you want to go out on submarine, I'm sure somebody would say, yeah, but I'm going to stick to the things that are pretty safe. I'm try to anyway. And, and sometimes in this world that gets you killed. I'm not going to do I'm too old for all that cliff diving, skydiving, bungee jumping, damn deep sea diving, underwater damn submarines. I'm just too old for that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing none of that crazy stuff. I do want to go on some zip lines though. I mean, that's kind of extreme. Hopefully Dolly don't die. But other than that, all that life-threatening crazy stuff, I don't try to take too many chances with my life. Never too old, Dolly. Shit. Tell that to my body. Whoever came up with that, you're never too old, didn't have a bad back, bad knees, bad elbows. Okay. Whoever came up with that had good working joints in their body. Let me tell you, everything on me hurts. So there's a limit on what you should do in this world. Okay. I'm telling you firsthand. Zip lines. Yes. No, hell no. Slim Jim for Dolly at Triple D. Okay, guys, look, I'm going to get ready to get out of here in just a second. I am going to be back live later tonight for my show here on YouTube, Turtle Island. It was supposed to be last night, but I moved it to tonight. Okay. So y'all stay tuned for Turtle Island tonight. And of course, I will be back later on late tonight on Dolly's Uncensored. Okay. So make sure y'all sub all 3 of my damn channels. There's Dolly Vision, there's Dolly Uncensored, and there's Dolly's True Crime. Make sure you hit the like button on no matter what channel you're watching on. Leave some comments, replay crew, and I will see you tonight. Somebody has to leave the back of this turtle. Look, and I will be back later tonight, and we will be covering more on this submarine, right? Look, later on tonight, time we go live tonight, we're going to pretty much know if these people, what their chances are. Okay. Because right now they're looking at 15 hours of oxygen left. So let's see tonight. Everybody throw a little prayer in for these 5-6 people that are in this sub. Miracles happen. I'm doom and gloom today. I'm kind of Don Wells, like, man, but I do know in this world, miracles do happen. It's a fact. I don't know why they don't usually happen to me, but for other people, sometimes they happen. Okay. And these people right here, right now, they absolutely need a miracle. I'll see you guys later. Peace.